Yeah, I got money on my phone and money on me. I got all these hoes, but still lonely. They been blowing on that strong, but still so weak. I've been higher than a drone, but still low-key. We been sitting on the floor, they in the nosebleeds. Lately I've been in control, they can't control me. Yeah, they about to get exposed for being so cheap. I've been sticking to the code and I ain't gon' cheat. Yo, grew my hair and took the grill out. Think it's time to put it back in. Trying to get into that big house, turn the crib into the mansion. Needed something with that big bounce. You know I had to hit Jackson. Aaron Rodgers with the quick routes. I'm with the gang, we packing. We on the field at Lambo. Might peel in a Lambo. Running drills in my camo. They know what the M stand for. Still got fam in Hawaii, yeah. Couple fans in the lobby, yeah. Couple grand in my pocket, yeah. Couple grams of wasabi, yeah. Eye it up, no glasses. Light it up, no matches. Wife it up, no ratchets. Might turn my wife to an actress. And we gon' make a movie, no Kim K. Give a fuck about what your friends say. I got money on my phone and money on me. I got all these hoes, but still lonely. They been blowing on that strong, but still so weak. I've been higher than a drone, but still low-key. We been sitting on the floor, they in the nosebleeds. Lately I've been in control, they can't control me. Yeah, they about to get exposed for being so cheap. I've been sticking to the code and I ain't gon' cheat.
I'm just sticking to the code, I keep it so G. She asked me what I smoke, I'm smoking OG. I don't fool with too many, only catch me 4 deep. Gotta stay away from snakes, swear these people so creep. I've been grinding for a minute, many labels so sleep. These rappers drop a song, be hot for about a week. I put Gucci on my toes, I keep some cold feet. I ain't paying for no hoes, you niggas know me. I'm about to body the beat. I keep me a hottie with me. She wanna for a fee. Give me that for free. Keep me some money on me. Smoking the gas key. You with me, sheesh. But need OG Keith.
I got money on my phone and money on me. I got all these hoes, but still lonely. They been blowing on that strong, but still so weak. I've been higher than a drone, but still low-key. We been sitting on the floor, they in the nosebleeds. Lately I've been in control, they can't control me. Yeah, they about to get exposed for being so cheap. I've been sticking to the code and I ain't gon' cheat.
Yeah, head up in the clouds, though they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test, now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in mine, yeah. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late. Seen them down bad, now they tryna hate. Same ones try to hit me for the raise. Got a meal, now they coming with a blaze. Check the numbers, fam, I swear I'm getting paid. I'm a Don just like the Perrier. It's one time when I'm looking at a face. On the low like I'm pushing up the bass. Told him come down and I'll meet him at a gate. Got a check and I bought myself a place. They get some money and they blow it on bait. I don't flex but I'm pushing all the weight. Told them all I swear I got it's what it takes. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mafia, we got the pump, we got the dump, but I can't lie, guys. If you watched the market updates or been tuning into the live streams for the past few days, or at least ever since, I guess we'll call it the... Yeah, if you guys have been watching since March 31st, as we bottomed out on that value area low, guys, we have been looking for that value area high to get hit. And even on today's earlier market update that I dropped, we talked about that key level we were looking for price to go. And it was that $88,500 value area high. And pretty crazy how we wicked directly up there almost to the dollar before getting the rejection. I am short on Bitcoin now. So we're going to be talking about that, guys. In this overall move to the upside, what does it mean? Are we going to be able to see the continuation to the upside? Is this going to be the start of a massive dump down? Or can we still potentially see a little bit more relief here coming into the 90,000s and the 90, around 90,000 and 92,000? Is that the next stop, or are we going to dump from where we're at right now? We're going to cover all the key levels. We're going to show the trades, and I'm going to talk about exactly what I'm expecting next here on Bitcoin. And if it goes anything like the market update that we just dropped, we should be pretty dang close to guessing what's going to happen. So shout out to the Candle Mafia. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here. We got Crypto Dom in the chat. We got Satoshi Stacker. We got Giga Longbottom said, "Daddy, save us. There's an orange monster under the bed." Shout out to Giga Longbottom. Frankie Candles is here to save the day, guys, because to be honest with you, when you trade like we do here in the Candle Mafia, it doesn't even matter if price goes up or down because we make money in either direction. But shout out to Candle Mafia's John Cena. Welcome in, bro. Said massive dump down. Hopefully, shout out to John Cena. Yeah, for the sake of my short position, I hope so as well. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. We got Gordon in the chat. What is going on, bro? We got Nirvana and Gen Z. Said, dude, what is going on with the market? Super, super crazy volatility here today, guys. Obviously, we had Trump speak earlier today about the tariffs, which we were anticipating that volatility, guys. And, it's really funny because even on the live stream last night, we were, was it last night or the night before? We were talking about how, it doesn't really matter what is said, and I don't want to say it doesn't matter, right? It obviously does matter, but when you look at the charts like we do here, we were looking for that move up to $88,500 regardless of what was coming out of Trump's mouth in that speech. Regardless of what the sentiment is, we just focus on the key levels, and you guys are going to see here on the charts that is going to be the best way to go more often than not, right? Everyone's like, well, what happens? Like, what if we dump off the tariffs? It's like we're just reacting off of the charts. It does not matter what the news is, at least for me personally, and we're going to talk about, and I'll show you why it doesn't really matter. But anyway, with all that being said, let's see. WeX Exchange scam wick, second time in the past month, up to 100K. No way. Shout out to Gordon. I don't trade on WeX. That's shady. That is pretty interesting. That's frustrating. That's crazy. I've never traded on WeX, so I don't really have any experience with that. But I think I saw some people in here a couple weeks ago saying that WeX did some shady stuff. Interesting. I have no experience with them. But yeah, no stress. We need some liquidity. Shout out to Peter. Yeah, we're going to take a look at the lower levels, guys, as well as the next key levels to the upside. I'll give you guys my general thoughts. Again, we'll talk about the trades and try to figure out what's going to happen next year on Bitcoin. So without further ado, guys, don't forget to smash that like button and show some love to our mods in the chat. We got Rob the Crypto Snob, Crypto Billy, Crypto Anon, Tyler Durden, Chemistry Bro, Darren Does Things, Dave Digital. You guys know who they are. Show them some love in the chat. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Let's get into it. So here we are, guys. Oh, my God, the pump and the dump. But here we are, right? Let's break this down real quick. Am I in? Okay, cool. I'm in 1080p. So while you guys are smashing that like button, let's talk about kind of what we were looking at here on the market update, right? And actually what I want to do is I kind of just want to, obviously we've seen the move from the value area low into the POC, flip the POC to support, and we finally, in all of its glory, have come up to tap our value area high, right? This is the level that we were anticipating eventually to come in, right? We knew that we had our money flow coming up on the lower time frames. A couple days ago, we were looking at the 1 hour money flow right here, making us anticipate higher lows and higher highs to come, right? Higher lows and higher highs to come. And then yesterday, what we were looking at is obviously we did wind up breaking above the POC, and then yesterday what we were looking at was a very similar setup to the setup that made us anticipate this move to the upside, right? Money flow crossover on the 1 hour with the 16-hour green dot. That market cipher beat 1/16 strategy, one of the simplest trading strategies you could possibly use, but the 1 hour money flow crosses over into the green. We get the continuation of the trend to the upside. Remember, money flow indicates the overall trend, not the ebbs and flows or noise in the market. These are red and green dots. This is the overall money flow, right? So 1 hour money flow crosses over. We get the continuation to the upside. And then yesterday, what were we looking at on the chart, guys? The green dot incoming on the daily time frame. If we were able to print that with our 90-minute money flow crossover into the green, guys, that 90-minute money flow crossover was making us anticipate not only, the money flow wasn't making us anticipate this, but as you guys know, we were talking about how we were coming down to this anchored VWAP last night, right? Talking about how we could get a little correction, right? A little bit of a retracement from this level. And if we did, we were going to look for price to come down to the point of control of the range. And this was the level that we wanted to hold to put in that higher low and put in the higher high, which you could see we literally did perfectly. We got the pullback to the POC before getting that next higher high on price. And then again, obviously we were looking for the move into our next levels above, as well as finally looking to push up into that value area high at 88,500. That's what we were looking at earlier today in the market update. And here we are just a few hours later. Well, not sitting at that level, but tapping that level perfectly and being short, not from the tippy top, but being short after from that wick to the upside. So, but I just want to point that out, guys. That daily green dot with the 90-minute money flow crossover, you could see how that continues your trend to the upside. And we even talked about how we had a scalp short in the premium Discord here, but we were only looking at it as a lackluster retracement to the downside to specifically put in a higher low and put in the higher high, and we get that to play out. So absolutely beautiful here, guys. You know, I have a video on the channel talking about the market cipher B116 strategies. Go watch that video right now. I believe it's in the beginner series. Go watch that video right now, because if you're not using this at least as a complement in your trading, you may be missing out on some big moves. So anyway, we wound up getting the the pump up, right? And then we got the a little retracement earlier today. You guys know we had those next key levels of resistance. We also talked about these earlier today. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Not that. Pull up here, right? So we had our golden pocket We had a golden pocket and anchored VWAP. We also had a value area low coming through here. Let me just go ahead and pull this real quick, right? So we had this next level sitting at about $86,000, and this is kind of where we were during that update. We pushed into this level, guys, and this was a pretty confluent level of resistance. We had a bunch of levels in here. However, we didn't really get any confirmations to take that short position. So what do? We sit on our hands, and we wait for that next area where we're going to be looking for a short, which is going to be the 786 daily / I believe there was a weekly naked point of control in here. This is the level we looked at earlier today, and I talked about how we could potentially see a pullback there, and I would be looking for something similar to what we were looking at yesterday, which was like the little pullback to put in a higher low and continue to the upside. And what happens, right? We don't get the confirmations at our first key level. We let it play out into our next key level of resistance, and what happens? We go ahead and we get that drop down, right? To do what? To put in a higher low and then get the higher high in at our value area high of the range. Absolutely perfect. And again, I am short from here, by the way. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull this up real quick. Bada boom. So there we go. Get out of here. But there you go. Already got about $2,400 locked in on this. Tried to get in on the way down there. I want to talk about this, guys. We had the liquidity sitting above. We had the value area high as the key level of resistance, which we've been calling for forever, guys, for absolute ever. That's why I always like to have these levels set on the chart so everyone knows where we're looking for that key resistance, right? You don't just want to be shorting willy-nilly levels. You want to wait for those real big levels to get hit before taking your positions, or at least any kind of significant position. Got $2,500 locked in there, $4,600 unrealized, right? So, about $7,000 in profit on that just today. So not too bad. But the real question here is, guys, what is going to happen next, right? Like, are we going to continue down? Are we going back down to some of these lower prices? And that's kind of what I want to break down on tonight's live stream, right? And just to kind of, in any situation when I'm looking at the charts, guys, it all comes down to the volume profiles, and hopefully you guys can see why exactly that is, right? The volume profiles are absolutely goated, right? We looked at the bounce into that value area low with our 4-hour bullish divergences. We also had a 2-hour bull div. We have many, many reasons to be looking for a bounce on this level, being the fact that it is just a value area low, which is a key level of support where you should be looking for longs. And what is the sentiment down here, guys? The sentiment is absolute garbage trash. Absolute trash. Bear market. Oh my God, everything's over. Sell all your bags, right? And what happens? You get a massive bounce from the value area low. And this is why I love the volume profiles, guys, because it takes the emotion out of trading. When you come to the value area high, are you going to FOMO long that? Absolutely not. Or at least that's not what I do. I like to short that thing, right? That's where we know it's going to be a high probability reaction on price. And when it's the value area high, you're going to be looking for shorts. And when it's the value area low, you're going to be looking for longs. And that long position has now played out to full take profit, guys. The volume profiles have almost an 80% chance of filling in full once you get reaccepted into the range. This is one of the highest probability trading strategies. Now, it's not just as easy as longing at a value area low and shorting the value area high. You have to know what entry triggers to look for. Obviously, we cover this more as well as the personal setups in the premium Discord. But I just want to talk about this, guys. Like, this is one of the simplest trading strategies you can use and one of the most high probability, right? You come down, you put in the bullish confirmations, you expect price to go to the POC. Once you flip that POC, especially when you have your money flow crossing into the green, right? Adding that money flow to that strategy absolutely increases your win rate, right? Money flow crosses into the green. You're above that POC. You're saying to yourself, hey, if we can hold on top of this, money flow continues up. You're looking for the higher high. It's exactly what we were looking at on our way to start that journey all the way up to the value area high. And you can see we just barely came up and kissed that level perfectly, right? So not too shabby, right? And I'll just be honest with you guys. The as of right now, right, I am going to be a little bit careful with the shorts because, as you guys know, 90-minute money flow being in the green here with that daily green dot. If this money flow stays in the green, guys, we could potentially anticipate the continuation of the trend. But again, that doesn't mean you can't get pullbacks here. Now, if we take a look at some of the higher time frames, you could see that your 2-hour money flow is now in the green as well. Locally, we do have bearish divergences. This was part of the reason why I was looking for shorts, right? You kind of have these like massive higher highs on your price, lower highs on your momentum waves as you, again, tap that key level of resistance. And guys, don't forget that we talked about that liquidity that we had not only in the market update earlier today, but also on the live stream last night. We knew once we started cracking above $87,500, we had that liquidity. And what happens when you tap into those liquidity levels, guys? Number one, it acts as a magnet for price. Number two, once you start tapping into those levels, you expect a quick move into your next key level of resistance. Like, go back and watch that. And I don't say this to brag, guys. I don't say this to brag or for my ego or anything like that. As you guys know, when we're wrong, we're here to say we're wrong as well. But Go watch that video because there's a lot to learn there, guys. There's a reason why we look for this stuff, and there's a reason why we're able to get into these trades. And we knew we had the liquidity sitting up there, and once you push into that, guys, and you start stopping out all the shorts that are in from this range, and all these stop losses get hit. When you get stopped out of a short position, it creates a market buy. That is what a short squeeze is. So what happens? They run this thing up. Oh, my God. Trap all the longs. Push into that liquidity. Get the push into your key level of resistance. Everybody FOMO longs. And they absolutely trap those longs, and they wreck them on the way back down. Traditional, typical manipulation. Insane, right? But what do? Right? We're not FOMO longing up here with all those trap longs. What are we doing? We're looking for the opposite. We're looking for shorts, and we're up $7,000 on that trade, right? That's how we do it here in the Candle Mafia. We understand where the liquidity is sitting. We understand where those key levels of resistance are, and we understand how to read the money flow to not only capitalize on the full moves through the profiles, but also capitalize on these little scalp shorts on the way down and on the way on the way up, and then on the way down, we could also capitalize on little scalp long positions, right? It's not just catching the full moves, guys. We could catch those little scalps and day trades in between, which is absolutely beautiful. There is no reason to be a slave to the bull market, right? I know everybody's like, is it the bear market? Is it the bear market? I understand the fear. Trust me, I have a lot of long-term spot bags as well, but as you guys can see here, it doesn't matter if it's a bear market, bull market, price is going up, down, or sideways. The Candle Mafia is out here making money because we know how to read the charts, we know how to read liquidity, and we understand how to make money no matter what the market condition is. So now that we've gotten the full rotation from the value area low to the value area high, and now we've gotten the rejection from the value area high, and we are now currently coming down to potentially retest this point of control. What is to happen next, right? Well, we've already gone from the value area low to the POC into the value area high. Are we about to get another fulfill of this volume profile? Well, what I would say is it is definitely a possibility, right? And at this point, guys, we've honestly been dealing with an extremely volatile and extremely wonky market lately, and I have been paying myself earlier than I do typically, right? And it is a little bit. I obviously already have profits locked in. We just showed that, but on the short position, however, we could potentially anticipate if we lose this POC, we may be able to come back down to our value area low, where I would be specifically targeting the golden pocket. Let me go ahead because we talked about this yesterday, right? We have this golden pocket, value area low, golden pocket, weekly naked point of control, and then you have the bottom of the golden pocket as well. I think we have a daily level in there as well. Yeah, daily level. So we have a lot of confluence down here at this value area low, right? So I simply view the market as a volume profile almost 100% of the time. If I can pull that range, I'm looking at the market in terms of volume profiles and obviously liquidity as well. But, simply put, I'm short from here, right? If we get below that POC, I will look to continue to lock in profits and move my stop loss, or my stop loss is already at break even. Let me just pull that up real quick to show you guys, right? So my stop loss is already at break even, and I already have my profits locked in, and then obviously we have a bunch of profit that's unrealized, right? So this is already a guaranteed winning trade. If this thing shoots up right now and stops me out, I'm going to make $2,400 for the day. Can't really complain about that, right? But if it does continue down, we are going to be looking for a loss of that point of control. If we lose that POC, I'm simply going to be looking down to those key levels. And what do we talk about all the time, guys? As you guys know, even though we did have this set up in the Discord, let me see, do I have this actually pulled up? Yeah, although this was a actual setup that we had in the Discord, where'd it go? I think it's the POC. Where'd it go? It just disappeared. Is this 80? Yeah. So although this was a long setup in the premium Discord, guys, I will say, right, it did set up over the weekend, and I was unable to catch this position, right? So I had to watch this come up for the most part without me. But at this point, right, as we talked about this earlier this week, what did I say, right? I am just simply going to sit on my hands and wait for the bigger key levels to get hit, right? There were some local little scalps that that I took along the way personally, but I did not just hold this long from the bottom, right? I was unable to get my entry, and so I just wound up scalping on the way up. However, for the most part, we were waiting for the next big key levels. Number one was this $86,000 zone. I waited for that this morning. We did not get the confirmations. I did not take the short, right? Next level I was waiting for was this $87,000 zone on the 786 weekly naked point of control / daily horizontal. We waited for price to come up here. I actually did take a short, right? I did take this in anticipation of a higher low and a higher high. Unfortunately, we actually got a nice 1% move here, but I didn't get to close it in time, or I didn't get to take profit in time, right? So I didn't get a chance to take profit on that, so I took a small loss only to wait for my next key level. Am I FOMO longing here? No. Am I FOMO shorting on the way up? No, right? What am I doing? I'm simply sitting on my hands, and I'm waiting for my next key level to get hit. Where is it? The value area high. Trading is a game of trapping, not a game of hunting. You want to sit on your hands, wait for the key levels to get hit, and then when you see your confirmations, and only when you see your confirmations, you take that position, right? So Simply sat on my hands, waited for this price to come in, and then took the short position. That's the trade that I hold right now. So, Frankie, why are you even talking about this, right? Well, the reason for that is because I'm simply going to hold this position, right? If we come down to the PLC, maybe I'll take a little bit more profit. And then, my stop loss already at break even. Maybe I'll move my stop loss into profit. If we start to lose this POC, the short will continue to bang from the top, which is going to be absolutely beautiful. And for long positions, to be quite honest, other than like little scalps that I might be looking at in the premium Discord, the next major level, in my opinion, is going to be sitting down here towards the bottom of this golden pocket, $80,700. A lot of confluence in this blue box. So simply put, you long from the low to the high. We're short now from the high. Looking to get down below that POC into the value area low. This would be the next key level of support I'd be looking at for a long. Now, the one thing that would kind of put a wrench in that is the fact that we do have some of this higher time frame money flow coming up. 2-hour money flow coming up, right? If this winds up continuing into a bigger green wave, we could just, potentially put in some more higher lows and continue back to the upside. But as of right now, guys, I'm going to sit on my hands and hold this short position. Why is that? 4-hour red dot printing. Come on down to our 12 and 15 minute. 15-minute money flow is really wonky right now. It was like kind of hovering and then yeeted up on that big liquidation wick, and now it's starting to creep to the downside again. So with that 4-hour red dot printing, guys, and if we take a look at the 12-minute, it's a little bit cleaner. You can see your 12-minute money flow starting to work its way out here. So if we could confirm that red dot and see that 12 and 15-minute money flow crossover into the red, that would be a really nice situation for a continuation down, right? And in that case, maybe we see some of this money flow get stepped on. So as of right now, right, I'm just going to be looking at this in terms of the volume profile, right? Let me go ahead and hide the daily. Let me go ahead and hide the weekly naked point of control. So yeah, I mean, very simply, right? Like for the bigger trades, I would be waiting to come down here. If we lose this value area low, we all know that next key level, right? If you're going to assume that like, hey, we're going to get the big move down, sitting down here between 173 and about 78,500 is the next major key level of support. This is simply just a golden pocket 786 retracement. Golden pocket is confluent with the value area low, right? So let me see. Let me just grab this real quick. Yeah, so we didn't make a higher high. So yeah, this is still valid, right? So the we came down, right? We bounced off the golden pocket. If we lose the golden pocket, where are we going to look to go? 786 Fibonacci retracement. Again, confluent with that daily horizontal level. And the daily is sitting at about 78,536. So if we come on down here, all eyes on this level for a long. If we don't get the confirmations, I will do the same thing that I did up here. No confirmations, wait for the next level. So if we don't get any bullish confirmations down here, I'm waiting for down here. And we are short from up here, right? So we're just going to continue to capitalize on that move to the downside if we lose the POC. So we'll see. Maybe we'll lose the POC right now. Maybe Asia's going to wake up and give us some fireworks here on the live stream. So yeah, and now remember, guys, the POC does act as a magnet for price. Just because you lose it like right away, it doesn't mean you're going to go right to the value area low, right? Sometimes you like to come down. You like to kind of bing bong around it. And then at that point, I would still have to lean towards a move to the downside because we've already tapped that value area high. And it just goes to show, right? Even though we came down from here, which we also shorted this level as well, it just goes to show you, right? We front ran this value area high as we were kind of bing bonging around here, right? If I pull this volume profile back, you could see, right? We actually had our value area high sitting closer to 89,250, right? So we actually front ran that value area low high at the time. Now, we did take this short based off a golden pocket, so it doesn't really matter. We were still shorting that level anyway. But it just goes to show that you can't time goes by, right? And what happens? We wind up just coming up and tapping the value area high, right? I guess at this time, the value area high on other exchanges was kind of sitting here. But it just goes to show, right? Like these value area levels are absolute magnets for price. And it's kind of eerie, to be quite honest with you. It's like sometimes I look at this and I'm just like, how is this even possible? Why do more people not trade like this? I can't understand it for the life of me. Volume profiles is the most predictable way to take a trade, right, in my opinion, because not only does it give you a high probability outcome, but it just shows you like the roadmap, right? Well, hey, we got to move from the value area low. I know the POC is likely, but I know the POC is also going to give me turbulence. But once we flip it to support, that's where I'm going to look for the move up, right? It just gives you a beautiful blueprint on where price is going to go. It's absolutely insane. I mean, they literally blow my mind every day, and I know I talk about it a lot, but it's for a reason. Please, for the love of God, if you take anything away from this live stream, go learn about the volume profiles. I don't even care if you learn it from me. Go learn it. You got to learn it. It is the best way to look at the market, in my opinion. LFG, shout out to Sweet Bid. Let's go, baby. Shout out to Tales of Mystery. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He said, do you risk more than 1% on higher probability trades? Shout out to Tales of Mystery. Sometimes I will. Sometimes I risk more than 1% on a trade just because I feel degenerate, right? But this is not I don't recommend that for anybody, especially when you're learning how to trade. Just risk 1%, right? Because it gives you a lot of breathing room to not blow up your account. You have to lose 99 trades in a row in order to completely blow up your account. So just because I do it, right? To be honest with you, I don't really do it often, right? But I do it, right? I'd just be lying if I said I never risk more than 1% of my account. But you have to understand, I've been doing TA for years, right? I've been doing this for a very long time. I'm very experienced. So if you're out there learning, what is a POC? The POC is the point of control. Shout out to RH. Go check out our beginner series to get up to speed with what we talk about on these live streams, to make money on these trades. But yeah, if you stick around here for another few minutes, you'll probably learn what a point of control is. But it's essentially the midpoint of the range in most cases. But I will just say, now I lost my train of thought. We're losing the POC and going straight to the value area low. Let's go. I hope so. Shout out to Gordon. That'd be great for my short position here. But I will say, don't risk 1%. I wouldn't recommend it, right? Because especially when you're learning, like understanding that you have the ability to lose 99 trades in a row before blowing up your account. Well, number one, ease emotion, and number two, it'll also like raise your confidence, right? Because like you're not going to be freaking out in a trade if you know that you're only risking 1% of your account. You're not going to be freaking out in a trade because you're not going to blow up your account. When do you start freaking out and getting emotional about a trade? It's when you're too over either. You don't have your risk management set, right? Is essentially what it is, right? If you start freaking out, why are you freaking out? It's probably because you're risking way more than 1% of your account. You might not even have a stop loss set. You might get liquidated. Absolutely insane. Short, absolutely slapping right now. Up $6,100, $2,500 locked in. Let's go, baby. I'm not going to lie, guys. This is not the most I've made on a trade, but I will say this. This might be the fastest I've ever gotten to that amount of money. Because I entered that trade and we just insta-dumped. I don't know if I've ever, and it was a decent sized position to begin with. I think it was like $250,000 position. It's not even really that huge, but I don't know if I've ever gotten into that deep of profit that quickly. It's like we dumped right down. I was up like 6K almost instantly, which is pretty crazy to think about. Money doesn't exist. Money's not real. Money is numbers on a screen. Especially when you start trading, it's like money just becomes numbers on a screen. It like literally doesn't make any sense. It's crazy. Like if I talked to myself 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I would have to go back before I knew what trading really was. But you know, if years ago, if you told me like, hey, you could click a button and just spawn $7,000, $8,000 out of nowhere in 20 minutes, I'd be like it totally breaks your brain. It makes no sense. Like, I don't even understand how this is like, how is it legal to just like print money like that? And obviously we lose money too. I'm not saying we win every trade, but it is insane to see like, I used to have to work over 2 months to make that much money. And in 20 minutes, you can make that much. Obviously, it's not going to happen fast. It's a long road, guys. You have to learn how to actually take the trades, how to look for entry signals, and more importantly, how to manage your dang risk, right? If you don't manage your risk, you're going to lose all your money. I promise you, because I've gone through that, right? Sometimes I still go through that, right? Sometimes I take a risky trade and I lose more than I want. I'm like, dang it. And it's just not worth it. Just trade in a predictable way with good risk management, and you will make money over time. You could definitely get rich with trading, but it's very unlikely for it to happen overnight. Just understand that. I did not just start trading yesterday. This did not happen overnight. But anyway, let's see. I need to learn more on volume profiles. Thanks, Frankie. Hashtag Golden Cav. Shout out to J Stacks. Let's go, baby. I appreciate you for being here, bro. I got the dogs out right now, so I can't show any calf. But shout out to you, bro. Let's see. We got shout out to PB in the chat. Says I have to sell BTC 10-4 latest. Should I wait? Shout out to PB. I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you could clarify that a little bit. But to be honest, I can't tell you whether to wait or not. You have to make those decisions yourself, right? You know, it's not as easy as asking someone like, should I buy, should I sell, right? Like a lot of people want this answer. I'm not going to stay on this for very long. But it's like, it's really hard. I could tell you to wait, and then you're going to regret it, and then you're going to feel like it was my fault, right? Even though that's not the case. Or I'm going to tell you to sell it, and then it's going to go up, and you're like, why did I listen to that guy? I hate him, right? So, like, I can't really tell you what to do. You have to make your own financial decisions. I legally can't tell you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some crazy guy on YouTube that just so happens to be able to make money trading. But there is just nothing that is going to get, like, it's, everybody wants that answer, right? Like, should I buy? Should I sell? I could give you my thoughts. I don't think the bull market is over necessarily, right? But I could be wrong. Right, and that's why you have to make your own financial decisions. I personally think we will see Bitcoin make new all-time highs eventually. We still are sitting above major support. We have the 7-month consolidation highs here. We're also above like the 50-week moving average, which is held up price for quite some time. I can actually pull up that 50-week because it kind of puts things into perspective a little bit. That's the 1,050 week. Right, like this has been supporting Bitcoin for a while, right? Like this is typically we bounced it, and we have now just barely front ran it, right? So like I don't think like an instant loss of this level is like instant bear market, but this is also, you know, we lose this, we could come down to 70K, bounce off that, and then reclaim the 50-week and go back up. I personally don't think the bear market is here, but I can't tell you whether to buy or sell, hold or wait. It's impossible. Nobody's going to be able to give you that answer. You're searching for something that doesn't exist, unfortunately. I wish I could just tell you with 100% certainty, but I haven't sold my Bitcoin. I'll tell you that. But I also, it sounds like you have to sell it by a certain date. I guess you have to sell it by April 10th, I guess is the whole thing. Yeah, that's like a get. You could sell it and it could go down. You could sell it, it could go up. It's like no one's going to be able to give you that answer, unfortunately. I wish I could. I really do. Yeah, I have to sell it in a week, the latest. Should I now? I won't blame you. I just want your input. Yeah, shout out to PB. I figured, bro. Yeah, I mean, me personally, it's really hard, especially right now. It's really hard to say. Right now, money flow looks good for a continuation up, right? But tomorrow we could get new information on the chart and it could go down. That's just the way that I personally trade. So, let's see. I bought in since 2017, so I'm in profit anyway. Oh, shout out to PB. I mean, listen, I don't think the cycle's over. Personally, I could be wrong. I have to be transparent. I could be wrong. I don't personally think the cycle's over. So, I mean, if you're in profit, I mean, if I were you, I would probably just hold it, assuming Bitcoin's probably going to make new highs in the next year or so. Hopefully sooner than that. But again, I could be wrong. It could go down forever. Who knows? But yeah, you can take some profit too. Lock in some profit. And then, just lock in some profit at least to protect yourself a little bit. But yeah. Let's see. Shout out to Top G in the chat. What color is your Bugatti? Top G says, my opinion is that we're getting one last dump before we fly. I think that is kind of my situation as well, right? Like, I do think if we do come down, I think assuming the cycle's not over, which again, that is the camp I fall in, maybe we come down, we test some of these lower levels, we come up, right? Or maybe we come down, test, this is going to be a difficult situation if this happens, guys. But if we really come down to the danger zone, like maybe come down, test these highs, and then hold it for a higher low. Maybe. At this point, I think a lot of people are expecting this. So maybe we get a shocker to the upside. But I do think if we do get one last dump, this is something that is possible, right? I am not going to sell my bag at the bottom. So yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents. Shout out to PB. Sounds like you're in a really good situation, to be quite honest with you. So maybe, yeah, 70K and up we go. That's definitely, yeah, exactly. It's pretty much what I just drew. But yeah, that is what a headache of price action. Yeah, today's price action was wonky at the least. But yeah, that's kind of what I would say. That's my input. I don't think the bull market's over. I'm not selling my Bitcoin. Am I going to regret that? I probably won't regret not selling my Bitcoin. That eventually will pay off. Will I regret not selling my ETH? I don't know. That's up in the air. Where's the crystal ball? Shout out to Codon. The crystal ball is right here, my friend. Right here. It said 85K. Or I'm sorry, it said 88.5. And we got that move to 88.5, baby. Let's go. And then we got the dump. Nice. I like this. I'm happy with this. But other than that, guys, we'll see. I mean, we're losing the POC right now. Good Lord. Good Lord. She doesn't even want to hold. Is this thing about... Oh, man. We might have shorted the top there, Mafia. I don't know. Almost up 7K unrealized on the short position. Let's get it. Up almost $9,000 since... what is this? Yeah, let's go to the 1 hour real quick. I can say I just look at it over here too. Yeah, not too bad. Couple hours. $9,000. Interesting. Minus the stop out. But yeah, Yeah. I mean, at this point, I mean, I hate, I love the, it's like we're just seeing things play out, right? Like this couldn't be any more perfect, guys. Like a couple days ago, we looked for the 1 hour money flow crossover to anticipate the higher lows and higher highs. Last night, we looked for the pullback here into the POC to put in a higher low and a higher high. Why? Because the money flow on the 90-minute. Right? Like these market cyber V116 strategies are insane. Once that 90-minute money flow crosses over into the green, you look for the higher low, look for the higher high. And then we sit and we wait for our key levels of resistance to get hit, which we did hit a couple today. I took one shot at a short, got stopped out, took a second shot, and that's the one I'm holding right now. Right? And now we can look, if we get stuck under this POC, we may be able to get the continuation to the value area low. So here's the key levels you guys should be paying attention to, right? Number one, value area low zone, right? Daily naked point of control. I'm sorry, daily naked point of control. Daily naked point of control. Actually, hang on. This is a tapped daily naked. Let me get rid of this because this isn't. Yeah, this was actually tapped. This is what we bounced off of from the value area low. But so you got your value area low, your daily, and your golden pocket, which is also front run. So if we do come down there, I am interested in this as a key level of support. If I get confirmations here, I will fire on another trade, right? That's kind of the big level number one. Big level number two, if we lose the value area low, if we get some kind of like crazy dump overnight or something like that, we lose this value area low, 79,150 all the way down to 78.5 is the next key level of support. Once we lose that, then we're looking, to be honest, I'd be looking down to go down to 75K. Why is that? We have the weekly naked point of control. Technically, we have a naked daily point of control here as well. I'm looking at that as a zone, but that weekly is really the key level because it's fine if we come down there. It's okay if we bounce off the daily naked point of control. But the problem is if we lose this weekly naked point of control, this is where I think that $70,000 level's coming in. Right? Once we lose this, there's really nothing underneath us until we get down to the previous value area / golden pocket, which starts at 72K, comes all the way down here to about 67K, where we have the POC and the daily horizontal, right? So like these are the three big levels to the downside. If you think we are going down forever, and if you think my short's going to pay us out like we hope it will, those are the big levels, right? I would watch 80,700 is the bottom of that box, right? And then the golden 786 daily between 79,150 and 78.5. Lose that. We're looking down, again, 75K. The weekly naked point of control is really the big level I'm watching. But you also have, this is also some kind of a zone, right? So these are the zones that I'm looking at for bounces, right? If we don't, maybe we just come down to the value area low, right? Let's not forget how reliable these things are, guys. You look for the longs at the lows, right? This was a setup in the premium Discord as well. We long at the low, into the POC, flip the POC, go to the high, right? The value area high was slightly higher at the time, but still applies, right? This is where you're looking for resistance. You take the short position. We took it off a golden pocket. You go back down to the POC, little bounce, lose the POC, go back down to the low. And then the last long setup is the one that just played out and hit final TP today, which is go from the low to the POC, flip the POC, go to the high. And now, I don't have this drawn on the chart, but now we have the short that we're in right now, which is, I don't know where exactly my entry is, but I know it's not from the tippy top. It's probably somewhere in that wick, right? And now we could potentially look to take that trade. We've already gone from the high to the POC. Now we're potentially losing the POC, looking to go down to the low. But like I said, we are profits taken, stop loss to break even. I already got 2,500 locked in, and if it did rip up here and stop me out, we're getting stopped out in profit. Still got 6,600 unrealized, right? So it's the same thing. We're just longing and shorting the volume profile, right? So very naturally, if we come on down here, I'm going to be looking for longs, right? In which case, maybe we just continue rotating that range. Maybe we bing bong around, right? And then if we lose it, I'll look to go to that 786 daily. Hopefully we can get a bounce there. If not, looking here. And then if not, we're looking to go down to this. I mean, this is not a very confluent level. I'm not focusing as much on 72K as I am on 70K, right? Because 70K has the confluence with the value area high, the bottom of the golden pocket. You have the daily naked point of control underneath. This is really where the confluence is. There's not a lot of confluence on 72K. Just the golden pocket, right, the 618. So those are the key levels on the way to the downside. And then, yeah, I mean, personally, I if I were looking for shorts, you got to let price kind of play out here, right? The shorts were the level that we were looking at yesterday and the day before, being patient, waiting for this level to get hit, right? That's why you want to have the levels on your chart and set alerts, right? Wait for the level to get hit. But as of right now, right, like the shorts were to be had up here. I wouldn't say this is the best time to just aggressively enter a short position, right? You have to wait for the actual setup. So there you go. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let's see. I heard that Jesse guards Frankie's crystal ball when he's not torturing like violators in the. Okay, shout out to K Diggity. I'm not 100% sure exactly what that says, but I'm just going to stop reading it there because I think it might be not family friendly. But shout out to K Diggity. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Amir. I guess you trade on WeX. Said, bruh, my exchange rolled me. They had system failure that liquidated my perfect short at 88.5. No way. Shout out to Amir. I assume you're trading on WeX. I don't know what happened with that. I don't trade on WeX. Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. If you guys are looking for a place to trade, I like to trade on my favorite exchanges are Blowfin and Femex. Links in the description down below if you guys want to sign up. And also, potentially, if you use our Femex sign up, you'll have an opportunity to potentially win a free month of the premium Discord. Femex has partnered with us to give away 10 monthly premium Discord memberships a week. I think up to 50. I think they're doing 50 altogether. But yeah, Blowfin and this trade's open on Blowfin. But yeah, you could check them out. But at the end of the day, you have to understand all exchanges have a risk of crazy stuff like that happening, right? Every exchange can get hacked. Every exchange can have problems. And that's why I like leverage trading, right? Because I don't have to put $100,000 on a trade. I mean, $100,000 into the exchange, right? I don't have to put, I can still open bigger positions without having to like keep all that money on the exchange, right? Like you should never take all your money, regardless of any exchange that you're using, ever put all your eggs in one basket. You never load up all, because exchanges get hacked, guys. Like legit exchanges get hacked, and they don't always go down, obviously, but like sometimes they do, right? So you don't just want to have just like if you had a ton of money, right? Are you gonna have it all in one bank account if it's only FDIC insured for $250K? Probably not. So you do have to, that's with any exchange. You'd really have to be careful. But yeah. Let's see. If you ask them to reverse it, they often will. Shout out to Z-Dragon. Really? That's wild. I did not know that. That's never happened to me. That's crazy. That's fire, though. Let's see. Shout out to Tony D. Said, consensus on the new poll is 60% want you to take more profit. Mafia learns well. I love it. Yo, I love that. When we have the Mafia telling me to take profit, that is how I know that you guys are taking notes. You're paying attention, and you're actually learning. What we're teaching here, which is absolutely great. I submitted a claim. Shout out to Amir. That's interesting. I did not know they would do that. Shout out to Divine Hood. Said, Frankie, do you ever do collabs with other streamers? Yes, we've done tons of collabs in the past. I haven't really been doing a lot of collabs recently. We're going to get back to them. I don't know when. We're gonna get back to them at some point. I have a lot going on behind the scenes right now. So we haven't done them in a while. But we will get back to them at some point. Let's see. Man, I guess WeX out here just crushing people. WeX out here, man, everybody got wicked out of their position. That is absolutely crazy. That is wild. That is absolutely insane. I didn't know you can submit claims, though. That's pretty crazy. But, guys, I do want to take a look. So, overall, those are the key levels I'm looking at. To the downside, we're already losing the POC. If we could reclaim that, maybe we can get another move up. But at this point, guys, we rejected the value area high. We lose the POC, I'm looking to go down to the value area low. I doubt we're going to lose this overnight. If we did, you now have the next key levels I'm looking at, right? Now, if we come back to the upside, let's assume maybe we get some other crazy volatility and we just yeet on up. Next key level remains the same, right? Our big purple box up here stays the same, right? This was sitting between starting at 88,500 where we were looking for the short. And then it runs all the way up in here to the 786, sitting at $91,000. Not only do we have the 786 there, guys, we also have the upper range value area low, right? So a lot of confluence up there, right? So maybe we kind of cool off, right? Maybe we bing bong around, maybe we slip the low, right? But once we wind up coming back up and break above this value area high, we also could shoot up to that 786 value area low, which is going to be key resistance. We could still look for shorts in here, maybe little scalp shorts. But if money flow continues to the upside, guys, and we flip that 786 into this larger profile, we may get that bigger retracement that we were looking for, right? And this is just how I'm playing it, right? Again, we don't have to guess if and when it's going to happen, right? We have our thoughts. If that weekly green dot is going to print at some point, right? It obviously got rejected at that zero line. But once that weekly green dot prints, maybe we see the bigger retracement come in. However, until then, We're going to bing bong the heck out of this range, cashing in on the moves inside the profile, right? We longed here, and you might think to yourself, well, am I supposed to hold this trade forever until we get up there? Absolutely not, right? If you see a short setup and a reason to take some profit and enter a short, go ahead and take that, right? Because if you come back down to the value area low, we'll find another long, and then we'll go up, right? You don't have to catch every single move, or you don't have to catch the move, right? We could have potentially this long, right? You could have held this long as expecting to come up in here, gambling on the idea that you're just going to continue up, and you would have gotten stopped out probably, right? So we just day play this stuff, and then eventually, when we trade these volume profiles, guys, it's longs at the lows, shorts at the highs, right? Obviously. But then, the way we trade this, right, like even now, I've profits locked in on the short, stop loss at break even, right? So if this thing does, and my thought process is let's come down to the value area low. But let's assume that we continue to break down. Well, that's great. I'm still holding a portion of that short for the move down. So if we dump down to 70K, it's like, cool, I'm short from the top. Absolutely beautiful. And it's the same thing from the low, right? And if we do bounce here, right, if we have bullish confirmation saying that we may be able to get a good bounce here, maybe I just close that short in full. And then we'll catch a different short if it's going to go down, right? Same thing for the move up, right? Like, this was the final TP. You could take most of your profit and then hold a portion of it with your stop loss in profit in case it does want to go back up to, higher prices. But if it dumps, you get stopped out in massive profit. And you've already taken profit at the POC and the value area high. So when you get stopped out, you're getting stopped out for a ton of profit, right? And if it does decide to fly to the upside, you turn that little range trade into an absolute grand slam. You let that winner run. But you let these winners hit you by surprise, right? My anticipation for this trade was to come up to the value area high. If it ran, I would have held a portion of it, right? And again, I didn't personally take this because I wasn't there on the weekend when it set up. But that's usually the plan. And for the short that I am holding, right, the plan is, hey, we went to the POC, lose the POC, go to the low. I'm locking in most of my profit here, right? And then if it does want to break down, I'll hold a small portion of it for continued gains. And if it comes back up, not only will we probably be in a long, but we'll stop out in massive profit, right? Beautiful situation to be in. And Bitcoin just really starting to lose that POC. Not the best. Is WeX down? Shout out to Tony Roaz. WeX is like the topic of the stream tonight. Yeah, apparently WeX had some crazy stuff happen. I don't know. I guess a system failure. Yo, shout out to I took all my money off WeX after that first scam wick. I guess that paid off. Interesting. But anyway, let's continue on here. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. To the upside, 88.5. If we are able to somehow get above this now, push up into the value area low 786 at about $90,000 to $91,000. I'm really $91,000 is where the confluence is. You do have 90,000 psychological level, but there's not a whole lot technically there, other than the psychological level of 90K. So I'm just looking at this as a big zone. You have to understand, right? 90,000 is the psychological level, but again, like really the key levels up in here. Like if I turn on all my horizontal levels, if I turn on, like there's nothing in here, right? Other than $90,000 psychological. Other than that, 91K is really the level that I'm looking at personally, right? Do we even have maybe we have some kind of maybe we have an anchored VWAP in there. Let me see. Yeah, I guess you do have an anchored VWAP, but it's not even pulled from the absolute high. It's really just pulled from that $102,000. I'm sorry, no, it's pulled from that $102,000 high here. Where does that come in? 89.4. So yeah, I mean, if we did come up, this is probably going to move down anyway. So I would say $91,000 is probably the biggest level to watch to the upside. Other than that, we're going to let that short slam to the downside and continue to pay us out. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at. Shout out to Creighton C. Yo, thank you for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you. He said, maybe Asia celebrates Liberation Day with America and Canada. You're exempt, Canada. Don't forget this. I personally sent Trump a letter for you. Anyway, maybe Asia celebrates all the tariffs and sends this thing to the upside. Shout out to Creighton C. I sure hope so. Bro. Actually, no, that's not true. I hope it pushes at least to the value area low and gives me a chance to take another long position. Now, if we take a look at some of our local Fibonacci retracements here, just from the low to the high, this 786 is, in my opinion, the last line of defense, which is approaching very quickly. 82.8. 82.8, you lose this, value area low is very likely. This is kind of your last attempt, right? This is your last chance to potentially get a bounce, get back above the POC, and then come back up to the high. But again, from a volume profile perspective, value area low, POC, value area high. value area high, POC, value area low. I would expect some kind of turbulence here. It's kind of funny because I just said it before. It's not often that you see price just dump down to the value area low, but this thing does not want to stop. Pretty crazy. But let's see. The 786 will be my next target here for the short if it continues to play out, and I will go ahead and set an alert there in case we're looking at something else while that actually happens. But there we go. Come on, baby. Come on. Anyway, let's continue on here. I want to take a look at some of the altcoins as well, guys. Solana wrecked again. Let's check it out. I don't mean to laugh, but it is just crazy when this chaos happens. Man, I should have shorted Solana. Wow. Man, maybe we'll skip the altcoins today, guys. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. What the heck are we going to do with this stuff? All right, let's take a look here. I think is Blowfin frozen right now? Hang on one sec. Interesting. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me log back in here. Is my face cam showing? And then I'm going to take a look at Solana real quick. Let me just log back in here. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, I knew it was frozen. All right, let's see here. Oh my God, this is so annoying. I'm gonna have to bear with me here, guys. Bear with me. No pun intended. All right. Bada boom. Come on. All exchanges will go out soon. Shout out to Jay Bella. You think everything's going down, Jay Bella? Every exchange is going down? Oh, my God. That's kind of what it felt like in the bear market, to be honest. Everything's going to zero. Legit felt like that. Low key. High key. Watch us dump into New York Open, then buy it all back. NASDAQ is down nearly 5% after hours. Unheard of. Oh, my God. Oh, good Lord. All right, let me get back into my account here now. I'll pull back up my screen real quick. And let's go ahead. I'm going to have to. Bada boom. All right. We're back online there. All right, there we go. Okay, I thought this was lagged out. All right, so now we're up $7,000. $7K on the short. 7,100. Dang. This thing is just nuking. Absolutely nuking. Pretty crazy. I don't see us going up until we get some crypto tax news. Shout out to Johnny Tequila. Not to be confused with Johnny Walker. Two different things. Whiskey, tequila. Anyway, let's continue on here. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this as it develops. But let's take a look at Solana here real quick. Where we at, Solana? And look at this, guys. Look at this. Value areas continue to be reliable. Funny enough, this is an older golden pocket. We did actually, that's where we're sitting right now, but that is an old golden pocket. But what happens here, right? This is the chart that we were looking at. There we go. All right, so that's an old fib, anchored VWAP. This anchored VWAP wound up being pretty good resistance. But yeah, we kind of ping-ponged around here for quite some time. We looked for this little retracement on the anchored VWAP before another move down yesterday. That's what we got, right? We looked at this on the 31st, and then we got the dump down yesterday. And then we got to move back into the volume profile, little scam wicks. I mean, this is all just really volatile. But I would say your next key level, these still remain the same, right? Like back below the anchored VWAP, we lost the value area low. And we know once we lose this golden pocket, where's the next place for price to likely go? It's going to be that 786 daily. Between 119.70 and 118.11, that is the next key level. Right? This is kind of similar to Bitcoin 786, right? So we come on down here. You do have a little bit of confluence for some kind of a bounce potentially. And then once you lose that, guys, I hate to be the guy, but you lose this. Lose that daily, I'd be calling for much lower prices on Solana. Probably coming down closer to $107,000 to $108,000, near our value area high, the range. So I mean, this all remains exactly the same, right? Green dot looking to print on the daily, right? So if we can come on down, tap that 786 with maybe some low time frame bullish confirmations, maybe you could get a bounce to the upside, but I would be chilling for a little bit here. I would wait for that daily green dot to print. Because to be honest with you, if you don't tap this and you come up, I would let that go. I'd be like, you know what? Screw it. Let it fly. I don't mind. But if you do get some kind of bullish, I would just look at it as a potential lackluster bounce to the upside before. It's kind of hard because money flow is technically cruising up here. 8-hour money flow in the green. So, yeah, I would just say this is the next key level to look for a bounce. And then if you can get low time frame bullish confirmations in here and a green dot on the daily, that's where I'd look for a push up. And then, obviously, let me get rid of this golden pocket because we've lost it, right? If you do get a move off this level, right, if you do come in, you wind up getting confirmations, you get a bounce, you just got to be careful, right, because you have the value area low just beneath you, right? Maybe you put in some bullish divergences here on something like the 8-hour, but I would be careful because this is going to be key resistance until you reclaim it. Once you reclaim it, then you can look for the move back up to the POC. But that's what I look at for Solana, right? We looked at this level yesterday. Lose that value area low golden pocket. That 786 is coming next. Maybe we set an alert there as well. See if we hit it on Solana. Bitcoin looks like it's going for it. His short is just spanking right now, headed towards that 786 retracement. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys, if you appreciate the free analysis. Don't forget to smash that like button. It helps out the channel endlessly. You have no idea. But yeah, quickly approaching that golden pocket, baby. Let's go. Let's go. What the heck? TradingView just gave a 76K alert. That's not good. They're glitching the system. 76K incoming. Yo, shout out to Big Huggies. Says it's hard to pull the trigger on a long at value area low after you watch it dump from value area high in less than an hour. Got to wait for those confirmations. Shout out to Big Huggies. I couldn't agree more, bro. I could not agree more. That's an important thing to realize, right? Just because it's a value area low does not mean that you take a long, right? You want to have confirmations, 100%, bro. Like here, we actually approached the golden pocket. We front ran it slightly. And you get a bounce, right? Like, it's like, hey, you get a little bit of a bounce, but I wait for that key level to actually get tapped. And then as you're tapping that level, do you have a reason to look for a bounce? Are you getting any bullish confirmations? In this case, you had the 4-hour bull div. Very, very nice. And then you also had some lower time frame money flow starting to come up. That was actually, no, look at the 12 and the 15 minute. You can see money flow was starting to come up here, right? And then once you have a 4-hour bull div and you have 12-hour or 12-minute and 15-minute money flow coming into the green, at the same time, that's really nice because you have a 4-hour bull div, which typically gives you a pretty significant move up. And then when you have the 15-minute money flow crossing over at the same time as a 4-hour green dot, that's like a market cipher beat, 116 strategy in the bullish side. And that's making you look for a continuation up as well. So you need those confirmations. I'm not going to lie, guys. It is like the simplest way to trade is using volume profiles. And again, it's a lot, right? You have to understand you have to understand the context of the market, right? I can't come up here and say it's as easy as just waiting till you hit the value area high, shorting, waiting till you hit the value area low and longing. You have to know what to look for. You have to understand context and all that stuff. But it is like, why would I take a short? Like, why would I look for a significant long here if I haven't hit the value area low? You wouldn't, right? You would just wait for it to get tapped because more often than not, you will physically tap that level. And again, it's a game of trapping, right? You want to wait for a high probability area of a reaction to get hit, right? Like, I'm not looking for big longs until we come down to the value area low. And if we come down and there's no confirmation, I sit on my hands and I wait for the bigger drop, right? And I just wait for that next key level. If I don't get the setup at this level, I let it go down more, right? And sometimes that winds up being you wait a month for a key level to get hit to long it, and you don't get confirmation to long it. Imagine waiting for a month for a setup and then just not getting the confirmations to take the trade, and then just having to continue to sit on your hands. Patience is key, guys. I missed my long setup that was in the premium from the low. I took a couple scalps in between, but for the most part, I had to wait for our next big level to get hit. But now I'm short from here, right? So that's why you don't want to chase positions. If you miss the long, wait for a good reason to take a short. Don't just randomly try to long, right? Because more often than not, you will wind up getting stopped out unless you're taking the longs where you should be on pullbacks, right? Which was a level we gave yesterday right into the POC. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Waiting for full panic soon. Shout out to Eugene Sky. Maybe coming. There it is, baby. There it is. 786 tapped. Actually, the alert went off slightly premature there. Will she push? Come on, give us that 786, baby. Give us that 786. Give us that 786. There's the Solana. There's the Solana alert. There we go. Live on stream. Live on stream. Solana hits the 786. Good Lord. Should we just degen long it? I don't know. Not with an 8-hour red dot. Not that, you might get a little bounce here, but money flow crossing into the red on the 30-minute as well. Short spanking, continuing to spank up 7,500 now. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Dang. She's cooking, baby. She's cooking. 68K is coming. Let's go. Send this thing to 68K. Shout out to Rudy. Said, why are you laughing at Solana? It's actually fun. I don't know if you just tuned in. I literally said I don't mean to laugh at Solana. It's really weird that you said that. It's just crazy. It's just like every pump just getting swallowed by a dump. But yeah, so I mean, I hold Solana, right? I'm just not emotional about the market, right? Like it's but yeah, it's crazy. Could be on our way down to $107 if we lose this daily, guys. Like we are at key support here. Like we lose that daily, right? And it doesn't mean like a wick down and a reclaim, right? Like if we get down here and we can't get back above that daily, I am looking at 108 to 101 for Solana. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Because, like still like 6-hour money flow, not really looking that bad, right? But we'll see. That's going to take some time to like redevelop here. 2-hour money flow also trying to come into the green here. So we'll see. This is not the time to catch a short, right? Like the time to catch the short is when nobody else wants to look at shorts, right? Like we talk about the value area high forever. It takes us forever to get up to this level, right? And people are just like, dude, like why would and then no one wants to short up here. Everyone's like, oh my God, we're pumping. It's like Trump speaking, we're pumping, right? Like there's probably a lot more people like that got trapped in longs up here than people that were actually shorting, right? It just goes to show when everybody's pumping and there are people FOMO long, that is not the place to enter a long position. Sometimes it is, right? But more often than not, you're better off fading those moves, right? Which was the plan, right? We already spotted for days that we had liquidity sitting above here that once we cracked into, we could look for that quick move into the value area high for the rejection. But it takes patience to wait for that level to get hit, right? So, yeah. But, yeah, Solana getting nuked on right now. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, we already shout out to anybody who's just tuning in. If you scrub back a little bit, we did the TA on Solana. Let's go. Shout out to BK. Said, candy for Frankie. I'm in the money, honey. Yo, shout out to BK. Let's go, baby. I assume you took some short positions. We're going to go ahead and throw some money for you. Bing, bong. Let's go. Hey, guys, I did also realize that there's a $100 bill stuck in the backdrop here, which is hilarious. I didn't realize that was sitting there. Let's see. Shout out to KD King 80 said, you're deaf, way too happy to see the world fall apart. I am deaf, unsubscribing. Shout out to KD Kings. Hey, man. Listen, if you unsubscribe, I will just say this. If you take the information and use it to your advantage, you can make money when the price goes down, right? I want everything to go up as well, but we also make money when price goes down, right? So this is the beauty of being a trader, right? I am still sad. I hold a lot of Bitcoin. I hold a lot of Ethereum. I hold a lot of Solana. I hold a lot of XRP. I hold a lot of altcoins, right? So I feel that pain as well, but it just makes it so much better to be able to make money on the way down. It lightens the blow of losing money on your spot bags. So yeah, if you learn how to trade, you can make money on the way down too. Let's see. Asia may bounce us at the value area low just to get a better entry and clean up imbalances. I stress maybe. Shout out to Creighton C. I almost called you Tony D, bro. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for the super chat. Could be. We did just tap into that 786, and we did push below it as well. Maybe. Let's see. Should we long it? Traders always get wrecked regardless. Shout out to, yeah, they will wash out the longs and wash out the shorts. That's why you got to lock in profits and move your stop loss to break even. I cannot lose this trade. Up 7,500, I should take some more profit off this. But let's just assume I'm not going to take any more profit, right? If this rips up and stops me out, I will make $2,500. That's today, right? That's how you avoid getting wrecked. 99% of traders will get wrecked. Right? But what do? We wait for those traders to get wrecked, wait for the shorts to get wrecked, wait for the longs to get trapped, and then short it, right? And at this point, this is literally a guaranteed winning trade. I cannot lose this trade, right? Unless for some reason the stop loss doesn't get triggered, which very rarely happens, right? If I get stopped out here, I will make $2,500. Guaranteed, regardless of what happens, right? If I walk away and forget this trade is open, the worst thing that can happen is I make $2,500. So that's how you stop yourself from losing money, right? But yeah, most traders will lose money 100%, right? What is the success rate is what? It's like 97% failure rate, I think, or maybe 95%. Move the stop. Yeah, you can move this. Shout out to regular guy trades. You can move the stop loss into profit as well. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Gordon. Said if you're emotional right now, you shouldn't be trading. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, man, hey, we get free education here. If you want to unsubscribe, that's totally fine, bro. I guess you can unsubscribe and still learn the TA. But yeah, if you stick around here, you don't have to be subscribed to the channel. You can just watch the live streams and learn how to make money whether price goes up or down. It's up to you, bro. It's up to you. Trend is your friend. And the trend is down. Shout out to Hologen. Yeah, I don't understand why. Yeah, like if you're getting upset that someone is talking about price going down or excited that they made money on the move to go to the downside, please, for the love of God, take your money out of crypto and please never trade. Probably not going to work out very good. That just screams emotion, right? That's the last thing that you want when you're a trader. You cannot have emotion, right? So if you're upset about someone saying price is going down, you're probably never going to make money trading. I hate to say it, right? It's just like the raw truth. And you guys know I am, shout out to Tales of Mystery said, this channel is literally a free university, 100%. 100%. But we love you, bro. Unsubscribed or not, bro. We're just here. I'm here to help you. Let's see. That's where all the liquidity stops. Yeah, shout out to Gordon. Let's go. Had a lot of liquidity sitting up here, and we saw that on the liquidation heat map, right? We were able to see that on the liquidation heat map. We had some up here at about $86,000. We swept it. We got the cool off, and then we came to sweep some of this liquidity that we had sitting above, right? Which is the one I was talking about, the level of liquidity I was looking at in the market update. Shout out to Tony D. Said, welcome to the Frankie Candles YouTube channel where the TA is so good it makes you want to unsubscribe. Yeah, I mean, listen, don't shoot me. Shoot the messenger, right? Like, if you thought price was going to go down and you were able to do the TA, would you not make money off of that? I don't know. It's crazy. And no, it does not hurt the asset. I am not hurting Bitcoin by shorting it. But yeah, we saw that liquidity sitting above, and what did we get? We got that liquidity sweep and a move down. But anyway, let's see. Dump for the rest of the week? I hope so. Shout out to Capo. Let's see how much we can make on this short. Let's see. Shout out to Giga Longbottom. Said I would die for Frankie. I'm just too poor for premium just yet. Well, shout out to Giga Longbottom. We are giving away 10, or Femex is giving away 10 premium memberships, 1 month premium membership giveaways per week. So maybe you'll win one, bro. I'm rooting for you. Shout out to eGenerate. Said the guy unsubscribing makes me want to buy the premium Discord. I mean, hey, it is what it is. I mean, like, I'm never gonna come up here and say it's going up, right? Like people, and like, I want to be clear. No hate whatsoever, right? Like, I get it. I understand what it's like to be in that situation, right? Like, I wasn't always this guy, right? So I understand where you're at. This is no hate towards you, bro. I literally have no hate in my heart, right? Like there's no hate. But it's kind of a good learning opportunity, right? Because like, it could help other people, right? Because like, I'm sure, like, we get this a lot, right? When I say price is going to go down, this is not a popular opinion. People do not want to hear this, right? But those people are very rarely going to make money in the market. Right? Very rarely. Because why? They are looking for someone to tell them what to do. Right? Now, you can learn the skill of TA. Like, even in the premium Discord, we give the personal setups. It's not a signals group. If you're looking for a signals group, it is not. You do not want to be in my Discord. It's not a signals group. I teach you how to make money trading. Right? I give you my personal setups, but it is not, hey, buy here, hey, sell here. I put the setup before we get to the level normally, and then I show what confirmations I'm looking for to take the trade, right? But if you are upset about somebody talking about price going down, or you're upset because someone is excited that they made money on price going down, this is not the place for you. And I mean crypto in general, or investing, right? If it makes you upset or sad, it's a huge warning sign. And this is normal. Most people feel like this when they get into investing. They're upset when price goes down, but it's really hard to make money like that. And people like that really are only going to gravitate towards people who are going to say it's going up only. It's up only, right? This is good for clicks. People know, right? YouTubers know that people want to hear this, right? So they just say it's going to go up. But what happens? They keep saying it's going up, and then it goes down, and all their community loses money, right? That's not what I'm willing to do here. I'd rather show you how to make money whether price goes up or down, and then tell you when I think it's going up or down, so you can make money no matter what. And then maybe if you stick around, if you don't unsubscribe and you stick around, you can actually learn how to make money when you're shorting, and the next time we dump, you guys can all be happy. And I know a ton of the Mafia is already doing that. Let's go. I forgot who said it. Somebody just said they were in the money. But anyway, let's see. It comes with the territory. I will recoup my losses when the next opportunity comes. Absolutely, absolutely. Frankie, your short caused all of this. Sorry, guys. I dumped the market. That's my fault. That's my fault. Shout out to Seth, said Frankie Candles. That is why I started to learn how to trade so I can play with the channels. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. But it's okay. It's I get it. Listen. Investing and trading is not for everybody. At the end of the day, right? Like, if you're somebody who gets very emotional over stuff, you're gonna have a real difficult journey trading, and it doesn't mean you can't do it, right? Like, it does not mean you can't do it. But I'm like pretty Yeah, shout out to Escape, said yeah, a lot of people are very yo, shout out to Iceman, said every live stream I need new ears. Stop screaming WTF. Sorry, Iceman. I'll talk quiet. Sorry, bro. My bad. That's my fault. Sorry. But anyway, let's see. Frankie just shorted all the micro sailors BTC value. Shout out to World. Shout out to World War, bro. Just slong it and bing bong. Let's go. Shout out to Terry Darling. 100%. We make money whether price goes up or down. I'm beginning to suspect that Frankie is Satoshi. Shout out to Vegas Claw. Definitely not. I swear. Do I look nervous? Sorry. Anyway, let's continue on here. So, yeah, we took a look at Solana. We did not take a look at Ethereum. Let's take a look at Ethereum here. I mean, again, guys, it is just a Frankie is the epitome of a New Yorker. Yeah, shout out to O. Sorry, I forgot who said it. Sorry I hurt your ears. Like, imagine, I don't know, man. I don't know how people like go on the internet and like, I'm not a very emotional person, right? In a lot of things, right? But like, I imagine people like who really care, right? Like, hey, you're talking too loud, and then they're just like, oh God, I got to start talking quieter. What an exhausting life to live. This is why I just like to be myself, right? It's so much easier to just be normal, right? Not everybody's gonna like you. Hey, I don't like that guy. He talks loud. But I guarantee you, most of those people stay till the end of the stream. I actually know that for a fact because I check. I might not be emotional, but I am petty. I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's continue on. Straight Long Islander. Shout out to Newbie Crypto. But yeah, let's take a look here at Ethereum real quick, right? So where are the levels on ETH? What happened to my level? Oh, there we are. Okay, so let's take a look here. Rejection on the macro value area low. I mean, this all still remains the same, right? Like, I'll be honest, there's not really a lot to look at on the altcoins right now that we didn't look at yesterday, right? We're back below our point of control. As we all know, right, we've been looking for a potential. Now, I'm not saying this is guaranteed, but we have been looking for a potential move down to the value area low. This dump does not necessarily guarantee that. But as you know, when we talked about a potential pump on Ethereum yesterday, because what were we looking at on Bitcoin? We were looking at the daily green dot with the 90-minute money flow crossover. What did Ethereum have? Ethereum had the daily green dot with the 90-minute money flow crossover. So we were looking for a potential continuation to the upside, but you can't get that excited, right? And the reason for that is exactly what we talked about yesterday. Move into the POC, flip the POC. Sure, you could go to the value area high, but this is really the level you got to get above. If you can't get above this value area high, you can't get to the value area low. And to be honest, right, what we were looking at yesterday, this is really the level of resistance that you need to get above, right? Even if you could break out of this value area high, you really got to get back into this range for the real big move up, right? But until we break out of that value area high, you have to look at this as a volume profile. We came up, we flipped the POC, we went to the value area high, and we have now rejected, and we're back below this POC again. So, I mean, it literally plays out perfectly. And I don't say this to brag. I say this like I'm not the one that said this. It's the volume profiles. I'm just the guy giving you the information, right? The volume profiles, I will brag about the volume profiles till I'm blue in the face, right? Because they work. And I know it'll make you money. And that's actually what I care about, right? But like, hey, sure, we can get the continuation up if that 90-minute money flow crosses over. But you could really only look up towards the value area high, right? You have to be careful because you're coming into all that resistance. And now we're back below the POC. If we can't get back above that POC, we could look to start our journey down to the value area low, which sits at about 1654. Below that, we have the daily, as well as a couple other levels as well. Where's it at? Yeah, we have a daily and a weekly down there as well, right? So 786, you could probably look at these as like separate levels if you would. So you could probably look at this like, could look at the 786 daily and weekly right here. And then you could just kind of look at the value area low as its own place, right? Or its own level. Bada boom. That's what I would look at, right? Can't get back above the POC. Look to continue that journey down to the value area low. I would be looking for longs down here at the value area low, especially if you push down into the 786 weekly and daily. This is a much more confluent level than the value area low. But again, you got to treat this as what it is, right? Deviate below the low, look for a reclaim, shoot up towards that POC. That's kind of what I would look for. But yeah, other than that, we're just back within this range below the POC. Got to get above the POC, got to get above the value area high. If you can't, I'm looking down towards those value area lows, right? Or that value area low in those next horizontal levels. Could take some time to get down there, and who knows? Hopefully, we could just slam out of here, right? Like, hopefully we can. I would love that more than anybody else. Probably more than most people. Let's see. Personally, not in any trades right now. Shout out to Seth Shepard said, but I am looking for a re-entry. Not any shorts right now. Shout out to Seth Shepard. Let's go. Yeah, I love that you said that, bro. I love that you said that, Seth, because I love it. Like, I would agree. Probably not the best place to take a short. Let's see. Shout out to Shiva says, Frankie, what is your reason to be on YouTube? Shout out to Shiva. What is my reason to be on YouTube? There's multiple reasons, right? Number one, it's fun. Number two, I genuinely like to help people, right? I genuinely care about helping people make money. And this is why I don't just run a signals group, right? Because I could run a signals group and just put buy and sell signals, right? And I wouldn't teach anybody anything, and no one would really make money, right? Most people would probably get wrecked. Even if the trades played out, they'd still probably get wrecked because they're not managing the trades correctly. But I found like a new passion for trading. When I started YouTube, I was really nervous about being on camera. I wasn't nervous about the trades or the TA. I was nervous about being on camera. Like, I was like, I'd never put myself out there like that. I found like a new passion for teaching. I enjoy teaching things that I know very well, right? Like, I found a new passion. I did not know I was going to enjoy teaching so much. So I actually just enjoy it. It's fun. And I guess a simple answer, I just enjoy it, right? Like, I enjoy teaching people. I enjoy just sharing my journey. I enjoy making videos, like even making tutorials, guys. I shoot, I edit all my own stuff. I do everything myself, right? Not everything, but like as far as that stuff, like I enjoy making videos. I enjoy editing the videos. Like, I just found something that I'm extremely passionate about, and it's the coolest thing in the world. We have the best crypto community in the world that I get to hang out with every single day and share my trading journey and help you guys make money. Like, the biggest thing for me is getting super chats. Frankie, I used your TA and made some money. Oh my God. This is why I do this. This is why I get up here every single day. This is what helps me sleep at night and make me feel truly fulfilled. So I just enjoy it, I guess, is the simple answer. Shout out to Shaken says, I honestly think this is a trap. It could be, right? I mean, I would say this is probably the trap, right? They trap the longs before before wrecking them. But maybe now they're going to trap the shorts. Oftentimes what they'll do is they'll trap the longs and then they'll trap the shorts, right? So you got to be careful. Up 8,200 unrealized on this short position, guys. This short position is infinite. Up over $10,000 over the past couple of hours on this trade. Absolutely insane. Yo, shout out to Sleeper said we only dumped because we wicked into premium on BTC. That is crazy, bro, because that is like almost the same thing. You could kind of think of this. It's not always the same, but it's a very similar theory to how we trade the volume profiles, right? This is like the actual reason that we dumped, I guess, could be argued, right? Was it because we swept liquidity? Is there liquidations coming? Like, is this all liquidations? Is there a lot of sell pressure? Is it both, right? There's like the reason for the actual dump could be argued, right? But that's kind of how you can look at the volume profiles, right? It's like you have premium, equilibrium, and discount. Expensive, fair value, oversold, or cheap, right? Regardless of how you want to look at it, right? It's very similar. So it's funny because the reason I'm short right now is because we push into the value area high, which is somewhat similar to looking for like premium, discount, and equilibrium, which is hilarious. It's pretty crazy. It's like just very simple. It's the thought of auction market theory, right? Like just trading when things, longing when things are undervalued and shorting when things are overvalued. Let's see. Bada boo. I'm stoked for you, fam. Yo, shout out to Highly Trained. Said, I'm stoked for you, man, but I'm going to have to unfollow because you're happy. It is so funny. I know Highly Trained. I hope you're joking. I'm pretty sure Highly Trained is joking. But it is crazy, man. It's like, it's just a, yeah, people don't, I don't know. People who hate, you got to think about this. Like people who hate only comes from below, right? Like that's like the only saying, right? That's why I don't really give any. We very rarely get actual haters. Shout out to Highly Trained. We very rarely get like real haters. But it's like I don't really. If I pay them any attention, I don't go at them. I'm just like, listen, man. Like the reason I feel for haters, guys, is because anytime, like once in a blue moon, when we have someone come in, and I wouldn't even. By the way, no hate towards that other guy. I don't think. He was necessarily hating, right? Like he just wants to I get it, right? Like I'm very like understanding. I get it. Solana's going down. I'm excited because I'm up a bunch of money on a short. I get it. Like that's not something someone wants to hear. But that's not really hate, right? Sometimes people just come in here and hate senselessly. So this is not directed towards that guy. Feel free to, it's fine. But when people just come in and hate, I don't really show them much attention, right? Because, and if I do, I show them love because I've been in that position, guys. I used to be miserable in my life. And I used to be a hater, right? But why was I a hater? I don't think a lot of people are honest with themselves. Looking back now, why was I a hater? I was a hater. It's actually hilarious. Maybe I'll tell this story at the end of the stream, guys, because the guy that I hated on, not the guy, but one of the guys where I realized I was just being a hater and I wanted to change myself, that guy wound up getting like super famous on YouTube, which is like the best ending to that story. It's like I was a hater, that guy got super successful. Amazing. That's the way it should work, right? It'll teach you not to be a hater. But I used to be like that, right? But why was I being a hater? Why was I just negative all the time? It was because of me. I was not doing things that I needed to do. My life was going bad, and I projected that out, hating on people. I wasn't like a mass hater, but I used to be a hater. And why was I being a hater? Because I was miserable, right? So I genuinely feel for these people, and that's why I'm such a positive person now, because it's just a way better way to live. Don't be a hater, right? And I learned that, hate comes from below, and I was like, man, I don't want to be the guy below. I want to be the guy up, right? So, yeah. Frankie going long at $8 on Solana. Let's go. Shout out to Johnny Tequila. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. I lost my life savings on Ethereum and hocked to a coin, and Frankie thinks it's funny. Shout out to Gordon. Now I can't tell if you guys are joking or not. Shout out to Gordon. Let's see. Shout out to Sebas. I don't know how to say your name. I apologize. He says, how would you handle... hey, Frankie, how would you deal with losing 18K in 7 days? It depends on my situation, right? Like, if I lost 18K in 2 days now, I would be really mad at myself. I would stop trading for the time being, right? It really depends, right? Like, I'm in a position where if I lost 18K, like, I wouldn't have to stop what I was doing. I could just, like, take it as a hard lesson and move on. But if it's like a life-changing amount of money and like you're really feeling like it's a lot of money, right? 18 grand, regardless of how much money you have, $18,000 is a sizable amount of money, right? That is, I would probably be, me personally, I'm very self-critical, right? So I would probably be really mean to myself in my head. I don't recommend that, but that's probably what I would do, to be honest. I'd be like, you idiot, you loser. I thought you were good. What the heck? So that's just me. But in all realness, I would take a step away from the charts. I almost dropped a bad word there for you. I would get the heck off the charts. Stop trading, take a big break, and go right back to demo trading for at least 3 months. It depends on where you are in your journey, right? Like where were you when you got into trading, right? Did you get into trading, put 20K in an account and lose 18 of it after trying to trade for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months? If that's the case, start at ground zero. You jump the gun, right? If you've been trading for a long time and you've been profitable and then you randomly blew 18K out of nowhere, take a couple days, couple weeks, maybe a month off the charts, regroup, reassess. What did you do wrong? But that's what journal. Why'd you lose 18K? What happened? Right? What mistakes did you make? Did you follow your rules? If you broke your rules, there's your problem. You broke your rules. Why'd you break your rules? Probably because you got emotional. Now, what kind of emotion was it? Were you fearful? Were you chasing trades? Were you chasing money? Were you feeling FOMO? Were you feeling fear? What were you feeling? Right? And then identify the problem and try your best to never do it again. But if you lost 18K on a trade, that tells me that you didn't have a stop loss, right? So that kind of tells me that you got to go back and really understand how to trade. I don't know if this is the case, right? But if you lost 18K, probably didn't have a stop loss, which means what? You're gambling, right? You might not have a plan for your trade, which is fine. You can learn all this stuff for free on the Frank Campbell's YouTube channel. But, you have to have a plan for your trade. You have to have a good risk management strategy. And if you don't actually implement that stuff, you're probably just going to lose 18 grand again, right? So don't load money into your account again until you go back, figure out how to do all that stuff correctly. And there's great resources out there like me, and not only me, there's tons of other really good resources. Just make sure you trust the people that you're learning from. Yeah, I would say take a step away from the charts. It says 18K was not all in one trade. It was in multiple trades. So yeah, so I assume I don't know how big your account is, but even if it's over a few trades, right? It seems like I would guess, right? You're risking way more than 1 to 2% on each trade, right? So yeah, you're probably just risking too much. And, I don't know what strategy you're using. This is like something I would need way more detail on to give you a real answer. But those are some of the things that I would do, right? Take a step back. What did you do wrong? Mark it down. Write it down. Think about it. Sit on it. Number one, get the heck off the charts, right? Do not jump back into a trade after losing $18,000. You're probably going to start revenge trading, right? So yeah. Shout out to Dude. Thank you for the super chat. Let's go, baby. He said haters gonna hate because they are not the ones that are up because they didn't take the time to learn. Shout out to Do. 100%. And that's what, most people who want to just hear prices going up, they don't want to learn about crypto. They don't want to learn how to do TA. They don't want to learn how to trade. They just want someone to tell them when to buy and sell. And that's great. You could do that. You could try it. But it's not that easy. If it was that easy, everybody would do it. Everybody would just watch the best YouTuber and be a billionaire. It's just not the case, right? You still have to learn and then do your own research, right? You can learn from me. You can get the key levels from me, right? But I could tell you all day long, hey, guys, if we come down here, I'm looking for longs. If we get down there and the confirmation that I'm looking for doesn't pop up, I'm not going to take the long. And if you're just listening to a random person on YouTube on where to long and you long this and I don't, you're going to be like, what the heck? I longed it and lost all my money. Why did Frankie say long there? Well, the answer is probably that he didn't say long there. He said he's looking for longs there only if there's a confirmation. If there's no confirmation, there's no trade, right? And that's why you have to learn. And that's why I focus on that in my Discord, right? I give the trade setups, right? Like here, this was one of our big levels that we were looking to short. This happened so fast that there was no chance to front run what kind of confirmation we could look for. Now, we knew we had the liquidity above, so we knew that we were probably going to sweep liquidity into the level, which is kind of like a confirmation. But the premium knows how I trade. They know a lot of the typical confirmations that I look for. So if I'm not on the charts or if the price action moves really quickly or I'm away or something like that, they actually learn from me over time and they understand that, like, sometimes I miss a trade and they catch it, right? This is a perfect example, right? I was not here to catch this position. It was over the weekend. I was not at the charts. I couldn't catch the trade, right? It's like life, right? I can't catch every single trade. But there were other people that actually caught it. Why? Because I teach them how to fish. I don't just give them food, right? I teach them how to fish. We kind of teach them how to fish and give them like goodie bags of food too because they get the personal trade setups. But they know, even if I'm not there to say, hey, I'm taking a long here for these reasons, more often than not, we know what confirmations we're looking for. But even if they didn't know, they know what confirmations I typically look for. So they'd be like, hey, this is probably something Frankie would look for a long on, right? If I'm not there to say it, right? So yeah, I'll teach you how to fish. I will not just hand you food. We'll give you like a little snack. Anyway, let's see. Shout out to Sleeper. Said the job is not to avoid risk, it's to manage it. Shout out to Sleeper. That is actually really well said. I like the way you said that. Let's see. Remember the 1% loss rule. Yeah. If you lose 1%, if you only risk 1% of your account on each trade, you literally have to lose 99 trades in a row to blow up your account. Shout out to Pharaoh of America. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He said, I appreciate you, bro. He says, what I've learned, mark key levels, stop looking at the chart all day, don't trade unless price does what you want and expect it to do. BTC ranges 90% of the time. MCB only works if your TA is on point 100%. There is no secret. There are secrets, right? Like there's no trick. There's no magic pill. There's no magic bullet. Everybody wants the indicator that tells them when to buy and sell. If you were chasing that, take it from me. You are chasing something that does not exist. I've tried every single thing there is. There's no indicator that is just going to make you look at a phone and be like, oh, green dot, I'm going to make $1 million. It doesn't exist. You have to put the work in, right? But that's beautiful because it means that it's real. If it was as easy as seeing a green dot or a red dot, longing, shorting, and making $1 million, everybody would do it. And I personally would set up a robot to do it for me. And I would not have to do anything. I would just lay around and do nothing all day, right? Probably not. I would get super bored. But you are chasing something that doesn't exist if you're looking for that. So if you're just starting your trading journey, the indicators, right? And we have indicators that I love. Market Cypher B gives you a huge edge. Lux Algo can give you a huge edge. But none of these things alone are going to just make you a ton of money. Be careful out there because some people will tell you that it is like that. It's just simply not. Let's see. Shout out to Andrew Mindy says, XRP, please. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Said, sitting on 35K XRP. Don't want to round trip it below 50 cents. Currently feeling a bit paralyzed. Shout out to Andrew. Let's go ahead and jump into XRP. It was actually going to be the next coin I looked at anyway. But let's go ahead and hop in here. Bada boom. Okay, I keep thinking this is the next value area, and I'm like, oh my God, we went through the gap. But here we are at the key level of, oh my God, guys. XRP at the oh my God, mommy, hold me level. We must hold this daily level. $2.01, right? If we cannot hold this level, there is a very, very high probability that we could get a fast drop down here. Now, there are some levels here. Right? If we pull up the VPVR, the reason we've been looking at this, where are we at? Where's the VPVR? So if we look at this, right, you have the volume gap here, right? Now you do have a little spike in volume at about $1.90. I will mark this out as like an level. I'm going to call it a high volume node, even though it's not really. It's just like we'll go, this is support, right? We have a tiny little spike in volume there. Tiny little spike in volume. You could see we held it on this wick right here, and this is very likely coming from this little area of consolidation that we have. Whoops, let me get Market Cypher B off real quick. Right? Likely coming from this little area of consolidation, right? And what happens? We come down, it holds here. Came down a little lower this time, then it holds here again. So that is a level that you can watch, right? So technically, it's not like, you know, we're going to complete zero if we lose the daily, right? You could just come into the support at about $1.90. But just know, there is not a lot in here, right? So, you know, when you break into this low volume gap, which pretty much we're in right now, we lose that daily, guys. Could see a loss of this high volume node and a very, very fast drop through this level. Remember, fast moves up oftentimes lead to fast moves down. It's very, very important to realize. And, you know, that daily is really the next significant support. This $1.90, it's there. You have another support level here at, I would say, around $1.75. But, I mean, I'll put it on the actual high volume node, $1.71. Other than that, right, like where's most of your volume in the long term, right? Up here and down here, right? There's not a lot down here. So be very careful. We lose this daily, $1.90 is probably coming pretty quick. We lose $1.90, $1.75 to $1.70 is probably coming pretty quick. But overall, right, could just see that fast drop down. And even if you look at the move up, right, like if we just move this over, right, you look at this move up, right, you get little bounces, right, or you got little rejections, push back up, rejection, push back up. But overall, this was a pretty aggressive move to the upside. Could expect potentially the same thing on the way back down. Just keep that in mind. Very, very clear that that is there. Next key level of major support is at the bottom of that volume gap on the golden pocket, right? Golden pocket, value area high confluence. This sits between about $1.52 and $1.32. We'll cross that bridge if and when we get there. And to be honest, if we break into this low volume gap, it could come very quickly, as long as we don't hold these next little local levels that are definitely Other than that, right, like to the upside, we could just look at our volume profile above, right? We're below our volume profile. I'm going to hide this volume gap. We'll bring it back up if it comes into play. We could put like a nice little 4-hour bull div in here potentially, right? Lower lows on our price action into the daily with the higher lows on our momentum waves. Now, obviously, this 4-hour red dot is printing. So, this might play out a little bit more. Is this a blood diamond? Man, why are we able to just call those blood diamonds? But yeah, could look for some divergences, but this is the key level you want to hold. You lose that daily, guys. $1.90 is probably coming in quick. Right? If you put in this bull div on the 4-hour, money flow comes back up. Maybe you can get a bounce, but at that point, key level of resistance is the value area low at 215. This is the key level to the upside or the doorway to higher prices. That's what I'd look for. Right? Bullish divergences down below. Higher lows on the momentum waves. Look for the move up. Right? But if you lose that daily, no confirmations for a move up. Definitely in the danger zone here at this point on XRP. And at the end of the day, guys, this is not really a, pull down to this golden pocket's like, you have to understand we had a 600 almost % rip to the upside. A little pullback to this golden pocket is not that huge of a deal, right? Unless you bought the top. But if you're in at 50 cents, which I think is what they said, not that bad, right? Like you're still a massive profit. But yeah, that's kind of what I'd be looking at. Now, take a look at market side for B on the higher time frames. Daily green dot here on the altcoins haven't printed yet. Are we going to get a shocker pump tomorrow? I don't know. Like I said, I'm a trader. We day play this stuff. But if you get that green dot on the daily, let's assume, right, that 4-hour red dot plays out, right? You wind up getting the bull div on the third drive of bullish divergence on the 4-hour, right? Maybe you come on here, lower lows. Come on. Higher lows, right? Get back into the range. Daily green dot prints, then you get the bigger move up. But until we get that daily green dot, that's probably where you're going to get your next move up. So watch for the 4-hour green dot with the bullish divergences. If you can get that to push you up a little bit, watch for the daily green dot to print as well to continue the move up. 90-minute money flow is coming back out. So yeah, I mean, I would let things kind of settle down here, but I very clear. $2.01. This level is very, very key on XRP. You do not want to lose this level. You please, for the love of God, XRP hold this level. We do not want to see the bigger move down. Let's see here. Yeah, 2-day red dot confirmed. Yeah, I mean, we had the 2-day blood diamond on XRP, which was pretty scary, right? Like we saw this whenever it was printing. I guess on Friday. Oh, yeah, right before the weekend. 2-day blood diamond on XRP. We have the 2-day red dot printing on Bitcoin, right? Looking for the drop down to the value area low on Bitcoin. We got that for the bounce. XRP comes down to the value area low, but we didn't get the bounce. Yeah, this is 2-day blood diamond is definitely not the most bullish thing, right? Last time it gave us a big drop down. They typically do give you big drops down, right? Very rarely do they just not do anything, right? Like even here. Whew. Right here, you did get a wick to the downside. It was pretty short-lived, though. This big move down. So, yeah, his 2-day blood diamonds are really no joke. Right, even here. So we'll see. Like boom, 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 boom. Yikes. But yeah, that's what I look for. We do not want to break into that low volume gap, guys. Please, for the love of God. Let's see. Yeah, actually, good point. Who said that? Shout out to Austin says, can't lose $2, big psychological level. Yeah. That is in confluence with that daily pretty much too, right? Start losing $2, you're in that low volume gap. Yikes. Shout out to Al Jr. said we got two yellow X's on Market Cipher A on BTC. 3 minute waiting for the third one with the SFP and long in this beach. Shout out to Al Jr. Let's take a look at that real quick. Let's see. They got the Bitcoins on the 3 minute on Market Cipher A. Oh, baby. Yeah, the first two are typically the ones that give you the big drops. And then once you start getting number 3, number 4, number 5, that does indicate potential seller exhaustion, as you can see. First yellow X. Oftentimes, you also do see a little fake out pump before the drop, right? Showing, because it is like a manipulation X. It's indicating manipulation. But yellow X, little fake out pump, dumpy. Another yellow X, fake out pump, dumpy. Those are the big moves, right? And then the 3rd, 4, 5, right? 3rd, 4th, and 5th start to print seller exhaustion, reversal, right? Try to find one. And this is the 3 minute too, right? If you take a look at the, obviously going to be a little bit more powerful on the higher time frames, right? Yeah, daily blood diamond here too. Yeesh. Boom. But yeah, one yellow X, fake out, dump. But yeah, typically the first two are the ones that give you the biggest moves. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. Definitely did get I mean, I'd be surprised if we don't get some kind of relief here, to be honest with you. We need some kind of bounce key. But already like almost on our way to that value area low, though. 786 was lost, right? Like we wanted to see a hold of that 786. This could be acting as a magnet, but watch out for those short-term cool-offs to the upside. Let's see. Let's see. Short squeeze now. Shout out to Infinite Growth. Maybe we might have not caused enough pain. I mean, this was definitely a long squeeze. I'll tell you that much. You could probably even see that on the order flow, to be honest. Yeah, like, let me come on down here real quick. Yeah, I mean, you could even just see this, right? Let me turn some of this stuff off, right? So what I have down here is net longs. This shows longs opening and closing, right? So all the longs open up, right? And then you could even see here on that push to the upside, right? Long started opening. But you could just see on this big dump to the downside, all these longs are closing. And if I pull up open interest, which really just shows the positions opening and closing, you can see on this dump down, a lot of dropping open interest with those dropping longs. This shows you longs are closing, right? So you get all the longs in at the top. They get trapped. And then as price pushes down, you could see that the longs are coming out of the market, right? Whereas if you saw shorts, so you could see here, right? Let me hide open interest real quick. You could even see here that you do have the shorts closing on the way down, right? You can see, longs coming down, right? Or longs closing as price comes down, showing that you could be having those longs getting liquidated, right? Or longs basically just getting wrecked. Everybody comes in here, oh my God, right? Where's their stop loss going to go as soon as it breaks this low, right? Because if you're longing here, a lot of people are going to set their stop loss below the swing low, right? And then as price cracks that level, that's where you start to see the liquidations occur, right? And then, any of these lows are going to be where people's stop losses are. And then boom, and then all the liquidations occur. And that just shows by showing that the longs are coming out here. But rather than having it pushed down by a lot of selling pressure, you could see up until we get to this candle right here, the shorts don't really start to come into the market, right? So you got a lot of liquidations, and then the shorts start to come in heavy and continue to murder the longs, right? Whereas if you see like a lot of open interest coming in, I don't expect everybody to understand this right now, but if you saw shorts were like opening up right here, and then you saw the move down, you could say, well, hey, this was probably fueled by shorts opening up, right? Or a lot of selling pressure. But when you see the big drop in open interest and the big drop in the longs, it could indicate that this move down was fueled more by longs closing than just a lot of healthy selling pressure. So now you would start to look here, right? We could hide these net longs, and you could kind of see that once we got down here, you start to have a lot of shorts open up, right? So you can literally see people shorting the bottom. And even if we zoom into this candle, you could see all the shorts. And I'm not going to explain this all in full. We go over this more in the premium Discord, but you could just see a lot of people starting. And it's pretty simple, right? Like you have, this shows shorts closing, shorts opening, right? We get the big move down, right? And it looks like people really didn't start to get that bearish until right here. This is where everybody starts longing after the drop down, right? So what could potentially happen here if we have a lot of shorts opening from this candle on, could potentially squeeze those shorts, right? Definitely possible when you see all those shorts open. It's not going to be binary like, okay, it's going to happen right this second. It might. But it is, yeah, you just have a lot of shorts open now. So it is possible. It is possible to get a little squeeze back to the upside. But anyway, let's continue on here. Let's pull up chat real quick. It's going to be tough to get buyers jumping in. Lots of losses lately and lots of fear. Shout out to Johnny Tequila. I would pretty much agree with that, bro. Let's see. Yeah, people are piling in new shorts. Let's see. Yeah, smash that like button if you guys have not already. We got a bunch of people in here. So smash that like button if you guys have not already. If you smash the like button, guys, it is statistically proven to increase your win rate. I love having my short squeeze. Shout out to Kevin. Let's see. Shout out to Great says, I think that's what that says. QQQ and Spy took out lows. Bears are just getting started, in my opinion. Stay safe. Yeah, I would agree. If we did see a little squeeze, I would anticipate that to be lower highs and lower lows locally at this point, right? Especially since losing that 786. This is not, once you lose that 786, right, we would hope that we got the bounce from here. Now, could you close a higher time frame candle up there? Maybe, swing the lows here, little SFP, get a little reversal. But again, now we're below this point of control, right? So even if we reclaim the 786 and squeeze into this POC, definitely a possibility of getting stuck underneath there and rotating through that full volume profile into the value area low. So I kind of have the same idea. If it is a short squeeze, I wouldn't expect it to like squeeze to massively higher prices. I would just look to squeeze some of those shorts maybe into the POC at about 84K. That was our key level of support for the higher low for the move into the value area high yesterday, guys. And this might be the lower high that we need to get to the value area low. Pretty interesting. But after a big move like this, you kind of got to let the dust settle, to be honest. 4-hour candle on BTC. Let's check it. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty brutal. 4-hour red dot still printing. We still got 28 minutes to confirm this. 15-minute money flow crossing into the red. Again, 4-hour red dot with the 15-minute money flow crossover. Again, doesn't mean it has to be guaranteed right this second to dump down, but this would make you anticipate this could be the start of the bigger downtrend. Really depends if we want to squeeze those shorts, but either way, right? Like 786 is key resistance, but even if we reclaim that POC, like if we can't get back above that POC, I would look for the full fill of the range. We came up to value area high. Once you lose the value area high, where is the next likely place for price to go? You're going to be looking to go to that POC, lose the POC, you look to start your journey down to the value area low. Yeah, so if we squeeze, this is the key level to get above. Get back above the POC, maybe you can look for a move up, but even at that point, I would anticipate potentially bing-bonging around there, losing it, and coming down to the low. Just based off the loss of the volume profile alone. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna short this Ponzi to zero and become a millionaire. Shout out to Jack. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's the mindset. Let's see. Why would anyone buy on spot after all of this? Shout out to M Strio. I don't know if that's the right. I don't know if that's how you say your name. Well, probably, in my opinion, right? Why would somebody buy after all this? I would assume probably just because Bitcoin goes up into the right over time. Yeah, you're just seeing so much fear every time price goes down, right? Like everybody thought this was the bear market. Everybody thought this was the bear market. Everybody thought this was the bear market. And eventually, they're going to be right? Eventually, broken clock is right twice a day, right? So, it's like everyone call bear market here, probably call bear market here. Eventually, it will be the bear market, right? But it doesn't mean that, every dump is the sign of a bear market, right? It's funny. This was the first time in the bull market that I had people asking me if it was the bear market. A lot of people, like in the chat, Frankie, is this the bear market? I'm like, what? We just got up to all-time highs. What do you mean? And then we broke them again, right? Now, obviously the higher up you go, the more likely it is that it is the top. But, yeah, probably just because every dip on Bitcoin gets bought up at some point is probably why people would buy on spot. But as a trader, I will be honest, right? Like, once you actually get good at trading, it is kind of very, very lucrative to just learn how to trade. But I do keep my spot bags and my trading bags separate. So in essence, get your dry powder ready. Yeah, I got powder sitting on the side. But yeah, and I'll be honest, guys. Like, Bitcoin's holding up pretty good. Understanding that like the stock market's been going down like it has. Like, Bitcoin's holding up pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. There were times where dumps like this in the stock market would be like absolute obliteration for Bitcoin. I buy the bottom with little risk. Move stop loss to profit. Can't lose. Shout out to BJK. Absolutely, bro. Shout out to I almost said shout out to Frankie. Shout out to X. Said, Frankie, how long did it take you to get to where you are now, this good at trading? Longer than it should have. I'll tell you that much. Shout out to X. It was a long, horrible journey. Not horrible. I don't want to say it's horrible, but it was a long journey. 100%. Yo, shout out to I don't know how to say your first name, but Music. Shout out to Music. Said, so is this the bear market? Shout out. No, I don't personally think that. Could it be? Absolutely, right? Like, I'm never someone who's going to be up here and be like, you're an idiot if you think it's the bear market. It could be. I don't fall in that camp. I fall in the camp of, could we get more downside? Yes. Does that mean it's 100% the bear market? No. Biggest level I'm watching are the previous highs here at about $70,000. Once we lose that decisively, that's where things get really bad. But until that, like, this is, I don't know. Like, from a market structure perspective, like, there were people that were saying that, like, the fact that we were down 20% means that we're in a bear market. I saw a bunch of people say this. I don't know where they got that from. Maybe from like traditional markets. But I have said this before. Literally on this last drop, people were saying, guys, we're down 20%. Like, these are sizable people too. Guys, we're down 20% from the all-time high. We are officially in a bear market. And it's like, wasn't clickbait. Like, they just talked about how it was a bear market. And I'm like, maybe the top is in. Maybe 110K is the top. I don't believe that. But again, I could be wrong. A lot of influencers won't tell you that, even though they could be wrong too. But the thing here is, if they're calling this 20% drawdown bear market, that means that they were calling a bear market here, 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 right? Like, were they calling for a bear market after the ETF got approved? 20% down. That a bear market, right? Like, so in my opinion, this is still bullish market structure on the higher time frames. We have not cracked these highs yet. Until that happens, there's nothing really on the chart saying that we're in a bear market. This is just a healthy pullback. Again, until proven otherwise, right? But, even if we came down here to this golden pocket, which again, we just took a look at between 70 and 72K, even if we come down there from a strictly technical perspective, it is possible, right? Like, forget about the volume profiles. Forget about everything. From a Fibonacci perspective, this would be the retracement level you'd look to come into to put in a higher low and continue to higher prices with the ability to potentially get down to the 786, right? This would be brutal to endure, right? But it is possible, especially with these 7-month highs here and an important support resistance flip that we had there. This is 100% a huge level to hold, but it is possible to come down there, put in a higher low, and continue up. That's why I personally don't think it's a bear market. And again, I could be wrong, right? But I just fall in that camp. I don't think it's the bear market. Could it be? Yes, 100% it could be. But again, like, you have to have a plan, right? Like, you got to pick something and go with it, right? To some degree, you have to take on some kind of risk, right? Like, and I am. If this is the bear market, I should have been selling my altcoins a long time ago, right? And I probably should have taken a bigger percentage of profit on my Bitcoin than I did when we were up here. There's a risk that you take when you invest, right? So yeah. New chair equals sell signal 100%. Shout out to Mark Dutch and shout out to Golden. Ever since I got my new chair, we've been going down. So new chairs, spilt Red Bull. If I find a lost dog, or if I run out of gas, that is when we see massive pullbacks. The 20% thing. A big influencer said that and was referring to the stock market. Yeah, no, because that's typically what they qualify a traditional market, bear market. But no, these people are talking about Bitcoin being in a bear market, which makes no sense to me. I'm like really scratching my head, thinking to myself like, am I missing something? Because I have no ego, guys. When someone says like we're officially in a bear market, I'm like, okay, am I missing something? Right? And then I go check all my stuff. I'm like, oh my God, did we dump past the key level? Like what happened? And I go on the charts. I'm like, wait, what? And then you realize you're like, oh, I get it. They say it because it's very clicky. I get it. We do it too, right? You got to get people to watch your videos. But Frankie, your chair and short caused the bear market. I'm unsubscribing. Yo, shout out to Darren. Oh, God. Yeah, it's like Bitcoin goes down. How dare you, Frankie? Shout out to Darren. Let's see. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. But those are the key levels that I'm looking at for the most part, guys. We took a look at Ethereum. We took a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP. Other than that, I mean, a lot of the alts, like I'll just run through these. Speed Tour. We'll take a look at the speed alts real quick. I'm just going to give key levels of support to the downside as of right now for these altcoins, right? Just general analysis. I'm not going to go full. I'm not going to go super full in depth there. Dump that chair. You know what, guys? You're right. Screw Secret Labs. I don't even care. It's not. This isn't even the McLaren one. This is just a regular Secret Labs. Actually, I think it's the big one. I think it's like the XL or whatever, or the Titan, I think. But anyway, it's not the McLaren one. It's not that cool. Shout out to Mrs. Candles, who I was helping do something yesterday. Brought this little Target chair in. This little $5 chair. Yo, I'm so low maintenance. Like, I could low-key just sit on this chair all the time. I have no standards for, like, living, at least when it comes to chairs. Let's see. So many emotions in this chat, and bear market, we are screwed. I hate Trump. Some of y'all need to rewire your mind if you're trying to make it as a trader. Shout out to James. Yeah, you gotta really, emotions are not, emotions will kill you. And I'll be honest. I mean, there's no way to avoid it, right? It's like there's no barrier to entry to invest in crypto. So it's like someone who has no idea how trading works, someone who has no idea how investments work, they can just jump in and start investing. I personally love that, right? Because it's like, I think everyone has a right to invest their own money. It's really dangerous, though. It's why most people lose money. It's like almost like, should we make it where like, should we like try to stop people from just like investing with zero education? But yeah, it's a make or break thing. Let's see. Yeah, if you make any losses, just blame a YouTuber. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's how a lot of people think of it. All right, let's see. Lars said, take a look at Sui. That boy is going to the POC. Let's do Cardano real quick here. So, yeah, POC to the downside. We're starting to break back into our range, guys. What typically happens here, right? It's okay to try to come down here. Let me hide this. I got to start making a habit of closing this so you guys can see the chart a bit better. I mean, you break below this value area high. Sometimes you fill that whole profile in one 12-hour wick, and then sometimes you dip below it, bounce back up, right? But for the most part, you get below that value area high, POC is very, very commonly the next stop, right? Here we stuck it a little bit. We tried to stick it. Now we're getting back in. So this POC does sit at about 60 cents. 60 cents is that POC for Cardano. VWAP rolling over on the 12-hour. Let's check that 45-minute. 45-minute money flow coming out. I'd watch 12-hour red dot with 45-minute money flow crossover. 45-minute money flow crossover would be the thing I would look at to generally expect to move down. POC. If that happens, that's where I think you see the POC. All right, maybe you bing-bong around a little bit. Once that 12-hour red dot prints, 45-minute money flow crosses over, look to come down to the 60-cent POC. If you pump, key level of resistance, 66 cents. That's the level to get up above to get out of here. But again, it's like, should you short now to the PLC? No, absolutely not. Even if it does wind up dumping straight down there, there is no setup here, right? You do not want to short after a big move down, right? You have to wait for some kind of a retracement in order to get the move down. Now, will that retracement be... Yeah, I mean, your golden pocket 786 is sitting up between about 68 and 69 cents. However, it's not really confluent with the POC or the value area high. Yeah, you have local fib confluence there. I don't really love those fibs, but value area high is going to be big. So that's what I would look at right here. So see if you can get that 45-minute money flow crossover on the 45-minute with the 12-hour red dot printing. That, I think, will continue the downtrend to the POC. If you don't get that or you're able to get above your value area high, then maybe you can get out of there. But that's what I would look at as far as the down, the bearish case, and the key support down below. So there we go. Let's take a quick look at Suey. Take a sip of that black coffee. Yo, shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you. True story. My friend was just camping. She calls me when she gets home. A bear wrecks their camp at night. I always see the signs, Frankie. Shout out to Creighton C. Creighton C knows all the secret signals that call for the top, whether it's me running out of gas, spilling Red Bull, finding a lost dog, or buying a new chair. He knows it all. And Creighton C, are you telling me this is a new signal? Bears wrecking your friend's campsite causes the bear market? Please, for the love of God. I hope we don't have that. Thank you for the super chat, Creighton. I appreciate you so much, bro. And hey, call up your friend and ask her if she knows if there's any correlation between that bear and the reason Bitcoin's dumping right now. Shout out to Creighton. What did I just see? TA on Soul. Shout out to Varesh. We did do TA on Soul. Just scrub back a little bit. You'll see it pop up. Always short the bottom and long the top. Shout out to World. Please, for the love of God, please don't do that. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Alt season starts. Meow, please. Shout out to World. Let's get it. I hope so. That's it. We're up 1.7% on Cardano. It is the bull run, guys. It is the bull run. Let's see. Let's take a look at Sui. Don't forget to like the video, guys. Like the live stream and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of this TA. If you want to learn how to be or make money trading Bitcoin where the price goes up or down. So Sui, where is our actual Sui chart? Let's see. Okay. I'm on the wrong template. That's why. There we go. All right. So let's take a look here. And hey, well, let me get rid of these blue boxes because these are for sure not relevant anymore. Get rid of the fibs. Get rid of this. What is it? 786. That's garbage. All right, so let's come back in here now. So on Sui, whoops, get rid of that previous week value area low. Yeah, I mean, you're just back within your range, right? We got the breakout. You push into your value area low, POC. You get the rejection back down. If you don't get accepted into this area of value, where are you going to go? You're very likely going to go back down to the previous area of value, back to the POC, back to the low, back to the high, back to the low, back to the high, front run the low, back to the high, back to the low. This is your key volume profile to look at. Weekly naked point of control has been tapped. Value area high, POC, value area low. Okay, so right now, these are your local levels, right? Let's pull our fib from the low to the high. Stick in the 786 as of right now, right? If we did not come down there yet, I'd be saying, hey, 786 value area low is your key level. Come down there, look for a potential hold of support. Yeah, you got some super low time frame bull divs there. So this is the value area I would look at. Key support, value area low, sitting at 227. between 227 and about 225, 786 value area low. If we continue up, your POC is going to be your next key level, right? So if we hold this, we can look to go to the POC. If you could flip that POC, you could look to go to the value area high. Now, this is a local range. We're on the 3-minute time frame here, guys. This wouldn't be that significant of a move up. It's a 7% pump, but this range has been respected, right? So we want to keep an eye on that. And I'm going to give you that. Value area low at 227, POC at 236, value area high at 244. That is what I would look at as far as the key levels locally, right? Lose that value area low. To be honest, it's kind of hard to find those next key levels. Let's pull up the higher time frames here. I'll pull up some significant, weekly levels. Let me see if we got a daily in there. Not really. Let me see if I can pull up some naked points of controls real quick. I work on a cattle ranch, and we are having many bulls being born. Bull market incoming. Shout out to R. Pink. Shout out to you, bro. Hey, let's go. That's coming from the source, guys. They're breeding the bulls for this bull market. That's why it's taking a little longer. We're definitely seeing a little delay on this bull market, but hey, we gotta breed the strong ones. You know what I'm saying? All right, we don't have a weekly naked point of control. Actually, yeah, no weekly. Let's check we have a monthly naked point of control? Dang it, I'm just trying to find some support. Can a man find some support? Good Lord, man. There is not a lot underneath us, guys. There is not a lot underneath us. If we lose this value area low, I'll be quite honest with you. Your last line of defense was that line I just deleted, I now realize. This is a 786. This 786 at 213 is your last level. You lose that, I'd probably be looking to come all the way back down here. And this is going to be a hard range to pull. But I would start looking at this. Right? And then you could also see you have the 786 confluence on your value area high there as well. So 213 is going to be a big level. If you can't hold that 213 level, come on down here. You want to bounce back in. If you lose this, POC is probably next at $2.06. Lose that POC. Could be coming down to the value area low at 181. Lose that. Come and test some of these daily naked points of controls, and maybe you come and respect this range. That is the next volume profile down below. So you hope that you can hold this range, guys, because if you don't hold it, you're going to be looking for a much bigger drop to the downside. Potentially targeting between 206 and 213. Lose that. Probably looking down towards about $1.81, where you have the daily naked points of control sitting just beneath that, right? So I'll actually mark these out as well. I hope we don't have to come down there, right? For the love of God, I hope we don't have to come down there, but might not be impossible if I'm being quite frank with you. No pun intended. But there we go. That is what I would be looking at on our good friend, Suey. So there we go. Let's see. Shout out to Dave Digital. Said the L is silent in Creighton's name. Or shout out to Dave. Does he have an L? Does he have an L in his name? I don't even know he did. Shout out to Dave Digital. Let's see. Thanks a lot. Let's enjoy the ride on the roller coaster. Shout out to Lars. I would love to buy Suey at $1.60. Yeah, me too. Me too. Yo, shout out to Johnny. Said, I think Trump's doing the right thing. In 10 years, I'll be back in profit. Listen, guys, we need rate cuts at the end of the day. We need rate cuts. And in order to get the rate cuts, sometimes we need to feel max pain. And maybe that's what we're feeling right now. And maybe still a little bit more to come. Shout out to Dude. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you so much. He said, Frankie, please go look at the kitchen trading chat. It'll make you really proud and proves what you teach really works. I appreciate you, Dude. Hang on one second. Let me pull it up. I do have we do have policy now ever since. Drop a candle in the chat if you guys were here for the possibly the worst or best stream, depending on the way you look at it, that we've ever had here on the channel. Some people call it D-Day. Some people call it the Day of the Whole. Some people call it, I don't know. Drop a candle in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Where we had a little mishap in the Discord on the stream where we showed something very, very bad by accident. Drop a candle in the chat if you were here. Oh, my God. Hopefully no one was here. Like, I hope most people forget about that. But anyway, let me see. Trading chat. Bada boom. Let's see here. I don't know it. Oh, man. If you could tag me, bro, tag me on what you want me to look at, or just at me in the message that you want me to look at. Like reply to it and at me, so it'll bring me right to the message, and I will pull it up. But yeah, I'm constantly proud of everybody in the premium Discord. Oh no, Jesse was here. Cryptic Crabman was here. Okay. Oh man, what a day! Wow, is that really all the people that know about that stream? That's it. That's crazy. Yo, let's go. Shout out to Do, baby. Yo, come on. Shout out to Do. Bro, I appreciate you so much for sharing this. Here is Do in the premium Discord with a beautiful, beautiful closed short, right? This isn't just unrealized. Closed short, closed long, $2,100 in profit, $5,400 in profit on the short. Let's get it. Shout out to Do. Congratulations, bro. I'm going to have to throw some cash for you, which is just very, very cleanly stacked here. But I'm going to have to make it a mess for our boy Do. Shout out to you, bro, and congratulations on your gains. Let's get it. Bing bong. Let's get it. Shout out to Do, bro. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I love when the Candle Mafia makes money, but when I see people like Do in the premium Discord making progress every single day, it just hits hard, man. It hits hard. So shout out to Do, bro. I would rather see this, to be honest with you. Listen, I like making money myself, but I would rather see this any day of the week than take any amount of money home for myself. This is what I like to see. Shout out to Do. Let's go, baby. Oh, not my trade. Just want to give James a shout out. So shout out to James. Okay, so shout out to Do. That money was for you, bro. Shout out to James. I did not know that. But hopefully Do. Look at that. It's good luck, guys. That's good luck. Hopefully Do is out there making money too. But shout out to James. I didn't realize that wasn't your trade. But shout out to James. Let's go, baby. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. And hope you appreciate us. Appreciating you. Appreciating us. Giving the sauce. And helping you make money. So let's go. Shout out to you guys. Unbelievable. J Khaki Crypto. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. We got some OGs out here, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty happy about the amount of candles there, because that means very few people saw something they didn't want to see. James is the top dog today. Shout out to James. Let's go, baby. Let's see. Pun intended, Frankie. Shout out to Tony Roaz. Maybe they're looking to buy Bitcoin cheaper. Shout out to J. Cole. Could be the case, bro. Could be the case. TI on Mask. We could do a quick move or quick look at Mask. Oh, my God. It's going to 0. Good Lord. Oh, my God. Jesus, man. Am I going to disappoint on this one? Not because I'm going to say it's going to 0, but I can't do a lot with this, to be honest with you. What I can tell you is that this move down happened very fast. Why did it happen very fast? Well, probably because you have no support beyond that point, right? And if you wanted to draw this as more of like a flat level of support, right? Like pretty much this is your level of support. Other than that, there's pretty much nothing but air underneath you. Pull up the VPVR and show, get some different, there we go, right? So I could tell you what happened. You lost very important support and fell into a very large low volume gap. Quick moves up oftentimes lead to quick moves down. If you can't use the visible range volume profile to find the gaps, you could easily use the candlesticks, right? It's not as easy, right? But you could kind of assume, right? When you get big imbalances to the upside, if you break back below into that level, you're probably going to get the same move in the opposite direction. So that's kind of what happened. It's very hard for me to find any kind of support. I can't even pull this as a volume profile, right? Like, I mean, I guess I could. So, yeah, I mean, if I were going to pull this as a volume profile, I'd probably pull it like this. Yeah, so, like, I mean, and this isn't even really a good profile, right? Like, because it's just like a grind to the downside. But pretty similar, right? If we just go ahead and box this out. This would be something to look at. If you could reclaim this POC value area low, maybe you get a push back up to the high. But really hard, honestly, to find key levels here. You have a weekly level sitting right here. Call it $1.06. You have a daily level just underneath that. And that's about it, right? And I guess you have another daily level. Come on, another daily level right about there. But that's your next level of support, to be honest. So it's hard because, and the reason I said I was going to disappoint was because, like, I can't really do much with this, right? Like, I could show what happened. You fell through the low volume gap, but that doesn't really help you right now. But these are the levels that I would look at, and the only levels that I can really find, right? So value area low, call it 226, 227, and the POC is like pretty much at that same level, right? Value area high at $1.85. And then you have your horizontal high time frame levels down here, sitting between $1.05 and $1. But these are really the only levels I can look at. So what I would say is if you can get a retracement to the upside, flip this value area low, that's your best bet for coming back up to some kind of a significant bounce, right? Like, other than that, I mean, there is not a lot here, if I'm being quite honest. Yeah. So that's really all I could give you on Mask. That's man, this thing absolutely just went to went to Goblin Town, as they say. But yeah, those are the next levels I would look at. Other than that, I mean, Market Cipher, you got to let things reset here. It's kind of hard to just do analysis as far as Market Cipher, money flow, like all that stuff. You got to wait for some kind of like structure to form out here. But those are the key levels that I would look at for sure. Let's see. Let's see. Shout out to Dave Digital. Said the one comment you decide to read. Oh, God. Did I read something stupid? Wait, I'm lost. I don't know what happened. I'm also really far up in chat, so that must have happened a minute ago. Oh, wait, hang on. And then Tony said mods are sleeping? Or was he talking about... I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Providing the most value on crypto trading for free. Shout out to Terry Darling. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Mods are literally sleeping. They're all here. They were all here. Oh, I don't know. Maybe Trump is dumping the market to buy. I don't know. Did we miss something? Did I read a crazy name? Did I get tricked into reading a crazy name? I'm usually pretty close. I'm pretty careful with that. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking at on Mask. Do you think WIF will go back to $5? Until we see other things, like other actual, eventually when everything pumps. I meant they were all here. The black, they were all there the black hole day. I think I'm lost in chat. We've been going for a long time here, guys. I think we are over time here. Yeah. Oh, my God. We did it again. But, hey, we got a lot of volatility today, guys. But let's do one last check-in on Bitcoin, see what we're dealing with here. Oh, my God. She doesn't want to go back up, guys. She does not want to go back up. Let's take a look here. Pull back up our TA, pull up that current range. So, yeah, I mean, right now, guys, not going to lie, that 786 was the level that we wanted to get above. So until we could reclaim it, and you can see we retested it as resistance. If we don't get back above that and get a push up towards the POC, we may want to work our way back down to that value area low. So key levels down below as this short continues to absolutely print money for us. 15-minute money flow crossover into the red. With the 4-hour red dot probably now confirmed. Yeah, now it's confirmed. Let's check that 8-hour. 8-hour red dot printing now as well. Is it a blood diamond? Is it a blood diamond? Come on, baby. 8-hour blood diamond. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Not a guarantee that we come down, but definitely not something you want to see. So, yeah, 30-minute money flow in the red. So, yeah, if we get a bounce, guys, key resistance at this point is going to obviously be the 786 here at 82.8. But for the most part, POC is your big level of resistance. If we do retrace, be careful around that POC because as we've rejected the value area high, we've gotten the full fill of that long position in the premium from the low to the POC up to the high. Now, We've almost gotten the short to play out from the high to the PLC to the low. But, you know, looking at that volume profile, that is what I'm going to be looking at, even if we get a retracement, right? Sure, can we reclaim and shoot up? Maybe. But to be quite honest, as of right now, with the 8-hour red dot and the 30-minute money flow crossover, if we do get a retracement, that POC might be the place to look for the rejection and the full fill range down to the value area low. And then that is our first key level of support to be looking at for a potential bounce. If we don't get the confirmations there for a bounce, we're going to be looking down here towards 79.158 all the way down to about 78.5 towards the daily. And those are the two next key levels to the downside. But other than that, guys, to be quite honest, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to let this short play out up 8,200 unrealized. Are we going to take more profits up almost $11,000 on this trade in just a few hours? Not too shabby, not too shabby. 2-hour live streams are the new normal. Hey, baby, let's go. Solana just broke through. Just broke through what? Just broke through what? Don't tell me this. Don't scare me. Don't scare me. Where's our actual Solana chart? Oh, baby. Oh, man. That we needed to hold that. What the heck, Solana? Come on. Come on. Yikes. All right, well, we took a look at Solana. If you're just tuning in, guys, just go ahead and scrub back to the beginning of the stream. We took a look at Solana. We took a look at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin. We covered everything in detail. And, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to let this short slap to the downside. I'm going to take some more profit off the table in just a minute. And, yeah, other than that, we'll see what happens. Shout out to the CandleMafia. Thank you guys for tuning in and spending your precious time here with your boy Frankie Candles and the CandleMafia. There's a lot of things you could do with your time, but you chose to spend it here and learn a little bit about TA and how to make money trading Bitcoin, whether the price goes up or down. But with all that being said, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here and hanging out with us. And, yeah, we'll see what happens, and I'll keep you guys updated on tomorrow's either market update. If something crazy happens, I'll drop a market update. But if not, I'll see you on the live stream tomorrow. Same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong!
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Speed showing for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Well, I don't know what's going on, guys. I literally, this is the second time I've messed up. I literally just accidentally closed my entire short position, guys. Why does this keep happening to me? I can't be mad. I literally can't be mad. Guys, I literally just closed this entire short position. Almost. I have $4,000 left in the position. I thought I was in hedge mode. I wanted to take a little scalp long, and I just literally closed that whole trade. But there we go. 10K on the day. Can't complain about that. Can't complain about that. But, like, why? Why do I keep messing this up? I don't understand. Anyway, with all that being said, guys, I'm gonna go sleep or something. That's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time. And now that this short is closed, it's like this thing's probably just gonna continue to dump. But I'll see you guys next time. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Oh, bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the